dude, before we start off, I just want to give a moment of silence. We lost Jerry Springer, a legend.
Rest in peace, dog.
Jerry Springer died?
Dude,
Yeah, dude.
God, bro. Aren't you on
For
social
real.
media?
I mean, it's mainly
really.
like memes and shit.
Well, this
Jerry
is
There's going to be
Springer.
some,
I
probably.
meant to tell you
When
that
did he
earlier
die?
today.
When did he die?
today.
What time?
I wasn't there. I didn't commit the crime.
Yeah, I didn't get a text or nothing.
Yeah,
I
he
just-
wasn't like,
Dude.
hey, bro, this is it.
I'm just letting you know.
Was the show still going? The
I
Jerry
don't think
Springer
he did
show?
it anymore.
I think he was doing that, like, Judge Mathis type stuff where he's doing the
Yeah,
judging.
yeah.
I don't know what it was called there.
Dude, I actually like. You
Like-
really just hit me with something. That sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Damn,
man.
I just ruined
Didn't
the
mean to-
podcast.
Yeah, I didn't mean to bring you down right in the beginning, but
Yeah. Moment of silence for the
Well, at
boys.
least we got alcohol here. We can all just start doing shots and drown our sorrows.
Dude,
So
this
pour
is
one
what I'm
out.
saying. If
for the
somebody at the
homies.
funeral doesn't start a Jerry chant, like, you didn't have real fans.
I'm saying, dude.
You just hear his, like, son.
I hope it's a public funeral.
Jerry.
could you imagine how many people would go to that?
Dude.
And how long that chant would be?
Bro. Imagine if he just faked it, though. See, that's what I always think about is, like, these insanely huge, like, stars.
He's
just
not-
fake their death and then go to their own funeral to see who all shows up. Like, that.
Who do you
Michael
think
Jackson
is...
did that.
Hold on. Yeah, but did you hear the thing
Pre-
about
Elvis
that?
Presley also did
And
it, too.
Elvis, yeah.
Yeah.
Elvis.
Who do you actually
Tupac.
believe did that, though?
I
Like, you truly, of all the ones that you've heard, you're like, man, this might be the one.
I would believe Michael Jackson, because he's like, he had so much money. My boy Mike.
You know Mike. You know Mike.
He just hits the line. Yo, what a Mike.
And he had that, there was that burn victim.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say that. He
That
had a
thing's
similar
weird.
voice.
That
he
thing's
like
weird.
There's
Yeah.
something about the Elvis thing, too, that...
And he was
That
weird
hits me
enough to do
funky.
it.
Yeah.
The Tupac thing,
Absolutely.
too, man.
Tupac also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, those are all...
Dude, you know what
fucking
one-
very
What
possible.
about one even better than faking their deaths? The ones that where they died and the clone replaced them.
Ooh. Avril
Like
Lavigne.
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
Kanye
Avril
been
Lavigne.
quiet.
Katy
Eminem.
Perry. Katy Perry.
My man looks like an alien now,
Beyonce?
compared to what he used to look like.
Who? It's Kanye West?
Eminem.
Oh, Eminem?
Yeah.
Bro, he does look different. His nose is a little different.
Who's
if
the
you
other
really
guy
paid
that went
It's
to-
attention.
slowly turning into
Gucci Mane.
Voldemort.
They said he's a clone.
Gucci Mane?
Yeah.
Bro, that's just prison did that to him.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
He got
Gucci
ripped.
Mane wasn't like
Dude,
starting
he
a
did.
social revolution. No one's gonna like kill Gucci Mane.
Yeah, it's Brick Squad, dog.
Yeah, you never know.
I don't know, man. I think
don't
there's
know
some people
who-
that would definitely kill Gucci Mane.
Yeah, but not in like a let's replace him with a clone psyop.
Ah,
way.
yeah. I see what you mean.
Are you
Yeah.
in the know, bro?
Who you talking to, dog?
No. Send some emails here and there to the .govs.
You know, the reason I feel like if there would be anybody like that, they would have to do something to like Alex Jones or something. Clone him and then
But
put
I don't
out the
think they
one
would
that's going
put
to
a-
start coming back the other way.
But I don't think they would put a clone out, though.
Well, then why not?
He's got too much debt.
Well, this clone doesn't. He's got a new
Start
clone.
him over.
That's how it works.
They
So
just-
just another person.
Reset him. He's like, it's
Yeah.
like Alexia Jones. You know?
Yeah, no. I don't know, man.
Did you see the
Cloning's
thing where?
not real. Otherwise, they'd have cloned Biden a while ago.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you know.
He's like when the game isn't playing right and you pull it out and you,
Yes.
but you can't blow on it and it's
Yeah.
just like the fucking game's
Still
ruined.
fucked.
It got too much water in it.
Yeah, it's still fucked
Yeah,
up.
it's just glitching real bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's rough.
Well, the most reoccurring guest of all time, shout
Reigning-
out RJ Summerlin.
Reigning champ. Eat your
Not
hearts out.
Cam. Cam's gonna be a little butthurt about that.
It's all right, man.
It's all right,
Yeah.
man. That's what he gets for ducking us, you know what
He
I mean?
could lose to someone worse.
Huh?
It's also true.
He could.
Yeah. Well, we have. It's just like when I hit your line, you answer. You know what I'm saying? And it's respect, is what it is. It goes both ways.
Right.
Cam, it's like, yo, I'm busy. I'm eating donuts. Fucking.
He's on that Krispy Kreme shit, ain't he?
Hey, I'm saying they're
Some about
they're getting a little too close.
He's always talking about working and helping people.
Yeah.
Something about
I've seen him do
physical
one
therapy
push-up.
or whatever. Like, yeah, come
Like,
on, dude.
And most of the times the kids are teaching him technique. Like, what's going on here?
No,
I mean, it's horrible. And undefeated boxer Logan Brown.
That's what I do, man.
You know,
It's,
I hear you putting in work.
putting in work when I was 12, and then I had one fight.
Shout out.
Kicked his ass. He was a ginger.
Wow.
Kicked his ass.
Slammed
man.
her.
Terrible. He was a bitch. Then I quit.
Is there still beef?
I felt like I did.
Who is
No,
this guy?
no,
You
he's
won,
never.
dude.
He never
It's good.
came.
Let it go.
He never came back to talk shit. I don't know. It'd be funny if he's like a really successful boxer now, but
And he's like, oh yeah, he's always remembered you.
But I felt everything I needed to feel in the boxing world, and I hung up the gloves. Didn't want to get brain damage.
Dude, you're basically the Khabib of boxing.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
Yeah.
For real.
Had a very short reign, but it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're on the
Floyd
on
who?
the same level as Floyd and Habib, dude. That's sick.
That's just
gotta
what
feel
I do.
good,
It does. It feels pretty good.
I've been hearing Floyd call your name, and it shows a lot that you're like the better man to just not even.
I'm not here for it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not even.
he doesn't care about the
Not
money.
even listening.
You're not chasing it.
I'm not in it for the money, dude. I'm doing comedy now. That's my next endeavor. Just because that's
tell a
way
joke,
harder
dude.
than fighting.
Tell us a joke.
Yeah,
Be
what,
funny.
What would be something we might laugh at?
What should I do? This is a lot of pressure. None of them are funny.
What are you a comedian for, bro?
Dude, you
said none
gotta
of them are
start
funny.
with none of them being funny, and then maybe I'll write a funny one eventually.
Tell us
Okay.
Let's see.
Here's
Start
one.
your
Here's one.
worst one, so we can laugh.
So, hold on, it'd be easier to tell us.
Let me
best
just
one.
pick a random one I like. Okay,
What
first
to choose
thing.
from.
First thing people always try to make fun of me for is my mustache, right?
Word.
They say one of two things: pedo stash or porn stash. Now, I have the intentions of a porn star, but unfortunately, I do have the dick of a pedophile.
Oh no.
Hey,
Yikes.
yeah.
Dude, listen, I'll be honest though, the stash rips. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Thanks,
That
dude.
thing
And
rips.
I don't know the
appreciate
length
it.
of a
The jokes
pedophile
don't,
dick.
but
Yeah.
But,
they're tiny.
oh,
You know why?
all right.
It's you know.
It's
It's
funny.
good.
We were looking at some old stand-ups. We were looking at some old specials, and I didn't expect you to do that. I expected you to tell me shut the fuck up. So.
Oh no, I was gonna tell a joke. I was like,
Dude, hey,
Wait,
honestly,
we-
not even the worst joke put together here.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched our podcast? There you go.
well, no, I was like, the only
He goes,
reason I
no.
didn't want to do that joke is because, like, no, I watched a few episodes, but the only reason I didn't want to do that is I don't know how you guys feel about the petty talk and the.
Bro, we're about it.
You're like,
We're
bro, they
completely
are
uncensored.
Get him out of here.
Bro.
Get him out of here.
He
bro.
He goes, bro, we are about it. Oh, wait a second.
We're in a welcome room here, dude. We're open to talk.
I don't know. Some people
No,
get
we were
weird
watching.
about that.
We were watching a Louis C.K. stand up from like 1988. It was awful.
Yeah,
Which one was
it made
it?
me. It was. He was on some kind of show where the guy interviewed him afterwards. It wasn't like a late night show though, but it scared me because I realized like, holy shit, I got a long way to go. Like I got a whole lifetime of comedy basically ahead of me.
But it's
'cause-
different nowadays.
Well, but that, and then I
Yeah.
also told him, I'm like, don't be scared. Like, look at it as like, man, that makes me feel good because like this dude's the goat and this shit is trash. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And
It's
he's
wild.
in my opinion, him and we were talking about this earlier. Him and Dave, neck and neck. Dave Chappelle and
Yeah.
Louis C.K. are the two best stand-up comedians.
dude, we
Yeah.
just saw Louis C.K. in Mobile.
Mobile.
Dude
Yeah.
fucking tore
It was
it
insane.
down. He did 30 minutes on the Bible.
Yeah.
Literally reading the Bible.
30
He read the
minutes.
Bible and was like, he'd read like a rapture. I don't know what the fuck
Like a verse.
okay,
Yeah.
like a fucking.
He was
Rapture.
reading
A 16
like
bars.
stories. He
He
was
read
reading,
16
like,
bars
stories
and just
from the
fucking
Bible.
ripped it to shreds, but like in a funny way of like, dude, we've all thought that exact. That's what I think. Really, like that's how you can really see a good comedian is like, dude, I have had similar thoughts, and that joke seemed like right there. Why couldn't I have done that?
Yeah.
It's like all things that are just like observationally right there, but it's like, damn, that's a genius. He just picked it apart.
So me and my friend, we started in 8th grade. We started playing guitar together, and we had this theory that like we both loved Nirvana, and we started trying to write music, and we came to the conclusion that like the more simple a melody is, the harder it is to write. Because Nirvana has the most basic chord pattern, like it's the most, but it's so good. Because like it's so hard to like make it that simple and make it so good. So like it transfers to comedy, I think. Where like when a joke is so like, it makes you go like, duh, like yes. Like I could have thought of that, but obviously you couldn't have.
Yeah.
Because it's just that simple. It's like you catch on to it so easy.
Same with fighting. You have guys that focus on the fancy stuff or focus on certain things, but guys like Bernard Hopkins who focused on the basics, fights till he's 50.
Yeah.
You know, and is winning up until he's not, you know, but like his last two fights. But up until then, I mean, in his late 40s, just defensively sound, ones, twos, tight hooks, nothing crazy, not trying to do anything, to get noticed or whatever. But that sometimes the basics, the simple things are what make you excel like that.
Yeah.
It's wild, dude. It's wild. It seems like it's hard to really judge yourself in comedy too, because it's like everybody's so vastly different. There's not like in boxing, there's a setup of like these punches because you can only punch. But in like comedy, there's jokes of all genres, so you can approach it from everybody in here. We could all be given the same topic, come up with a stand-up set with it. Like, give me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
None of us are gonna write the same shit. We might have something very similar.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if we don't talk to
everybody's
one another while we're
approach is-
writing it, it's going to be a different approach. And it's like maybe yours smashes all of ours, but maybe Hilton is like world famous in 3 years, and we're still haven't even wrote 15 minutes in 10 years. It's like wild, like
A lot of it's delivery and personality.
hey, ironic.
I like what you did there.
Really, yeah. But a lot of it is presentation and how they are in captivating your audience more so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they like who you are, then they'll hang on every word you say. And then that's whenever it makes a joke that maybe we have the same exact joke. Maybe we write a joke or we write it and say, hey, let's both try it and see where it lands. Word for word the same, but the timing, the pacing is different. The delivery is going to be different. And the person saying it, the charisma, the way the words flow out the mouth, the accents, all those things matter. And it's weird. It's just like a perfect comic's like life on earth. It just takes the perfect little, it takes the perfect amount of elements and all of that stuff for everything to work.
Yeah. Like you're a method actor or a comedian because like you stumbled on delivery, but like he's probably not a pedophile, even though that was his joke.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, every word of my jokes is kind of like placed and like carefully, like almost nothing is it. Like it starts from a real place. Like that joke really didn't, but like.
He goes, hold on.
Hang on. But like, what I mean is like, by the time you have a written joke, it's like none of this is really real. Like it's all very meticulously crafted. So like when people get mad at a joke, it's like, dude, this isn't like isn't. I'm not being loose with my tongue right now. Like listen carefully. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is where like I don't even think I've talked to you about like what you would be if you were a stand-up, but I think if I were a stand-up because of the things I have pre-written, I would be stories. I don't know that I'd even be able to write a joke. I could tell you a funny story because I have some in my phone where I'm just like, I can't believe that happened. Like, what do you think you'd be?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no clue.
Well, nailed it.
I really don't know. I mean, I'm not a very great storyteller.
I don't
Like
think you're
funny
good at telling
story?
jokes either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
I think you are actually better at telling stories because you say some funny shit in the kitchen and I'm like, damn, the way you approached it was pretty good.
See, I don't know. I
also was just
I
trying to
feel
blow your
like-
head up there. You also are terrible, dude.
Yeah, no. I mean, thank
Blowing
you for
his
that.
head. Jesus.
Thank you for that. But
kind
I
of
don't know, man.
podcast
I have no idea what it would be like, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
And your stories. I've heard some of your
Mostly.
shit. Yeah.
Mostly. I
Hey,
would
mostly
prefer to be one-liners.
Really?
I like I like zingers. I like puns. Those are my favorite things. Just because it's witty, it's quick, and things
It's
like
that
that. But
dad
they're
joke
they're
style,
hard.
too.
It's quick. It's easier to do in the moment. I'm the funniest in a group, not on stage. Like
Yeah.
on stage, where you have to formulate everything out, and you have to present it and set it up and knock it down
but
with a
that's what
crowd
you're
that's
good
kind of there, kind of going, "What you got? You know,
Yeah.
what do you got?"
Well, from listening
that's
to
what I
yours, it
try.
sounds like you're telling a story and you're doing the one-liners on the way.
Trying to, yeah,
Yeah, so
Trying
you
to-
like mix a little bit.
yeah.
Well, that's how you keep people's attention when you're telling a story on stage. Like, I definitely, like, I write jokes to, like, do the formula, set up, punchline, like, trying to write a good joke. You know what I mean? Like, because when I tell a story, it's like a teenage girl on a Xanax. Like, I can't keep a story linear for shit, dude. I'm so bad at telling stories, but I like to write jokes, you know? I like to try to, like, almost like a poem in a way.
Do you consume a lot of comedy?
A ton.
So, do you remember, and this is not like for the average guy or whatever, but if you had Amazon, there was this like Faces of Comedy. I think it was when what is the fucking showcase in Toronto called? I want to say it's the Faces of Comedy.
I think so.
But it's
I'm
like
not sure.
they show you like rookies coming up and they get their first big set and it's in front of like a crowd of like maybe 5,000 in Toronto. I can't remember the fucking name of it. It's a famous thing, but they always put up rookies and like one of the dudes on this little mini doc was hilarious. It's like maybe a 6-episode mini doc and like he's crushing it. He's from Los Angeles, or he went out there to start comedy, and he's crushing it. Like, hilarious. But his thing is, like, he'll be saying something, and then he'll be like, squirrel, and then he'll just, like, start laughing at something, and then just, like, he just doesn't stay on one topic, and it's hilarious. Like, he is just, like, one of those, like, Chris Farley types, where you're just, like, I just want to watch him do anything.
Yeah.
He's so fucking funny. And then there's some people like Mark Norman. Like, he does a little bit of that, where he'll be like, comedy, or he'll be like, gay. You know, and then he'll do his one-liners or like his like jokes in general, and then you have stories. It's crazy to see what sticks and what doesn't, and then it's also crazy to see the longevity of some people. Like, you'll watch somebody, like, I hate to say names or anything, but like I used to think Whitney Cummings was pretty funny. Now I just think she's terrible. Like, I don't know. I think she's gotten too social with like her things, and she's too in tune with like. And I also hate the concept of, like, it seems like all girls talk about is, like, fucking. Or a majority of them. You know? And, like, guys will talk about it sometimes, but we also talk about, like, fucking, I mean, really everything.
Yeah.
I'm very
I hate
generalizing.
as someone trying to make it in stand-up comedy. I'm not gonna.
There are some
I'm
very
not gonna
good
put
comics.
women in any kind of box here,
Yeah.
but like.
A lot of women do.
But I
He
do
touches
understand. I didn't mean.
He's like, hey, fuck, I'm not going to put you in a
guy-
box.
I'm not gonna put this
bro.
guy in a box here, but
Yeah.
no. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying though.
Do you have
It
any, like,
definitely-
inspiration or people that you're like, man, I want to emulate something along the lines of
I definitely like Dave Attell because he tells like, even though it just sounds like he's like talking about raunchy stuff, he tells jokey jokes if you really break it down. Like he's got setup and punchlines, and then
they sound like they're just throwaway.
yeah, that's what I like. That's what I kind of try to do sometimes, but I haven't really. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to do that without just seeming frantic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like Bill Hicks too, just because it's like, wow, I could never like make this funny.
Yeah.
Like only this guy could make this funny. Like it's kind of interesting to see that. I've been getting into Bill Hicks lately, just because it's like the stuff he talks about is so different from. I mean, I guess George Carlin, but I've never really been a big Carlin guy, just because he doesn't make me laugh. I like watching him because it's like, oh wow, yeah, that's a good point, but it's never like Bill Hicks makes me laugh. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Have you looked up? I'm blanking on the name. Richard Jenny.
Mm-mm.
Dude, he's super good. Like, he has a stand-up special called A Steaming Pile of Me, and it's from 2005, but it's super good. It's like, it's somewhere in the middle. It's not stories, but it is like one-liners and stuff, but it's like longer. It's like paragraph liners.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck you call that. But it's like, it's good like...
Couple liners.
Yeah, couple liners. Yeah, dude. It's really good shit. It's like a Bill Hicks. Like, it feels like an evolution of that a little bit. It's like good shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I'm
about-
also... Lately, I've just been thinking about, like so much comedy has been done. I was thinking about today while I was working. I was just like, you know, I feel like the next era of comedy is going to be kind of like a post-comedy. Like, you know, there was, like, post-rock.
Yeah, like...
Like...
You mean like less comedic?
And maybe
just
same,
thought-provoking?
just like maybe more meta, more about like I don't know, yeah, maybe a little more thought provoking. Like I've been trying to write jokes about like real shit, like my ego and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I haven't done it on stage because I haven't figured out how to like write it into jokes yet. But I don't know. I think instead of just being like dating's weird, like I feel like so much of that has been done that comedy has to evolve.
Although that would crush. Dating's weird. Everybody would just like fucking... fucking.
But like that kind of observational comedy is good, but I think deeper analysis is what'll like be the next phase. You know, that'll be the next kind of like boom. You know.
See, I feel like there's been some like...
Well, that's kind of what
pre
Carlin,
of that.
Well, that's what Carlin was.
Yeah,
The
but
deep analysis,
yeah, but then
and
after
even
that,
Hicks, even Hicks. I mean, you have your there's just so many genre types. It just all depends on like what people like.
And imagine,
Yeah, I
what you
just
haven't
don't
even
hear a lot of
heard
that
yet.
right now. You know,
That's still out there from way back in the day. There's
Oh,
so
yeah,
many
no.
comics that we just don't know.
I'm not saying like I know it's not groundbreaking to be like I want to be like Bill Hicks, but like at the same time, like I don't know, I don't hear a lot of people, at least in the Pensacola comedy scene, talking about like I don't know.
Yeah.
Thought
Well,
provoking
yeah,
I
things.
feel like
some of the people at those open mics are pretty decent, but some of those people,
Well, you know, they're open
I don't
mics.
even
You put a
think- I
free
don't even think
microphone.
they can have.
Yeah.
You put a free microphone on a stage, you're gonna attract the scum of the earth.
Yeah.
It just is what it is, and then
Dude.
you're gonna get comedians too.
When we used to work at the
Funny how
mall,
they go
Sometimes they're
hand in hand.
both.
when we used to work at the mall, before I met him, I worked at another store and became friends with the whole staff.
Yeah.
And one of the dudes was like, "Let's go do stand-up comedy after the mall closes." You know, Cordova Lanes does open mic night. So we all went out, and I was like, "I'm not gonna do it, but I'll fucking watch you guys."
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Kitty,
that's Talk to the Moon. Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
Talk to the Moon.
Yeah, that's the comedy show
Oh,
at
is
Cordova Lanes. Yeah,
They
yeah.
still do it over there?
It moved to Jordan Valley, I
Oh,
believe.
okay.
I believe. I'm not.
I know they were
100%.
like redoing the whole. They were redoing the whole bar and everything
Mhm.
at Cordova Lanes. Like
This was
recently.
11 years ago. So
Wow.
I don't know if it was Talk to the
It
Moon.
might be different.
Jesus.
My bad.
I think it was just called Cordova Lanes Open Mic. I
Nice.
don't know. Who
Real
knows?
original.
But it was like the bartender and all the stand-up was there. There was no
Right.
crowd.
Yep,
Nobody.
that's-
And they were just doing jokes in front of each other. And there was one dude, Slade. Dude could have been like on the way to writing like a 30-minute special. Like he was really good. Don't know his name. Kitty went up. Kitty did pretty good. Like for his to have no background at all. Kitty is like our I don't even know what you would call him to us. Another brother of us.
Yeah.
Nice.
But he
He's our dad.
yeah. But he pretty much killed for his first set ever. I mean, it wasn't super laughter, but and then Devin, another employee, went up and just I don't know what I mean, I know he knows what comedy is. But like when he got up there, he just was like, "My girlfriend's a bitch," and just went off on his girlfriend, and she was there.
Right.
Like, and I'm telling you, there was
Tell
no
about
crowd,
this.
but the comics.
What are you talking about? That dude knows exactly what comedy is.
Yeah,
his
dude.
girlfriend was there, and he went off
He
on
was
her.
playing 4D chess, dude.
Yeah, he was like, "Look,
Well,
guys,
that's
y'all
the
look.
most
This
comedy.
is the pregame. Come out of the
what
parking
it's
lot
all about.
afterwards.
Yeah.
That's where the real comedy starts."
As soon as he was done, they left.
Yeah, I'm
Man,
sure.
Kitty stayed. So like,
Hey, well.
I don't know who won that night.
Uh,
It didn't seem like he was gonna.
yeah.
But
If I had to bet, it wasn't him.
yeah,
You know.
That's
no. But
funny.
like, how many times have you done it now?
Not a whole lot. It's kind of hard to balance everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've only done it. I don't know, 4 or 5 times.
Probably
Something
about
like
5,
that.
I think.
The stuff you put out is not bad for that amount of time. Like I tell you, I would be way worse. And I have stuff written. Even if I memorize it to a T, I'd be like, I don't. Did that make sense?
don't know.
I don't know,
Anybody?
dude. I think you'd be funny on stage. I think
Really?
either of you could do stand up for sure.
I don't know, man. I don't
Yeah,
know about
dude.
that.
Just you doing, I don't know, man. That's pretty
I
funny.
don't know. You just walk up on stage.
Hey,
don't
you-
know,
but
man.
this is the problem is we can't be in each other's crowds.
Yeah, if we're
Because look,
at
if
each other,
he goes up and on the mic and he's just like, "Go ahead," I'm gonna lose it, dude. We have so many like inner
Yeah,
working
yeah.
things like
Yeah.
that where, bro. I
yeah, we
can't
couldn't
even-
be in each other's audience for sure.
No, I'd be like,
It'd be ruined. It'd be ruined.
I'd just be in the crowd and I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah. Dude. Do you try to avoid having anybody you know there other than the people you met there?
I did it first, but I don't know. After a few months, it got to the point where I was like, I don't care, dude. Like, I go up there. It doesn't matter if it's just the comedians or if it's a real show. Like, you can't if you're doing comedy for like who's there in the moment. It's like I don't think that's what it's all about. So I kind of got over that mental block. So like if my parents want to come out, I tell them come on. You know, like if
Yeah.
people want to come see me, like yeah, come here. Like, cause I had like after my first real show, like my whole family friends, like people came and saw me, and I was ready, dude. And I like rocked the house that night, honestly. So
really?
it was like I was like, dude, if people want to come see me do this, like this is my element. It's like this is what I do now, you know.
That's
So
tight.
That's how I feel
That's
about
super
jujitsu
cool.
a little bit. Like open mats, I'm like fucking all comers, and then somebody comes on like, That hurt. Maybe don't joke next time. You know? How many times have you done it? If you had to ballpark it. I don't know how.
I don't know.
How many months have you been doing it? Because pretty much he does it, 3 times a week?
Yeah, at least. Yeah, about 3 times a week, at least, usually. If I don't do it 3 times a week, I feel like a loser. I've been doing that since, like, right before the new year.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so...
And then how do you, how do you come up? Are you taking time to write? Are you just, like, in your mind, you're like, oh, man, that might be a funny premise? Or are you setting it up in, like, a joke format, and then you're like, how can I move words around?
So sometimes I'll just be like it usually starts with a premise or a setup and a punchline. Sometimes a setup and a punchline will just kind of hit me. And, like, we'll be in someone's house or something. I'll be like, you know, it's funny. Like, the wealthier someone is, the more hidden their kitchen trash can is. Something random like that, that's, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's like, and then I'll take that, and then maybe it'll just be that, and I'll say it at open mic. It'll do okay. I add on to it.
Yeah.
And you just kind of work it out. And so, yeah, I spend a lot of time writing. That's basically how I come up with my jokes. It'll start with a little setup punchline formula, and I try to, you know.
Do you do any, like, standalone practice stuff before you get on stage? Yeah?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely, like, because you got to see how it sounds coming out of the mouth, right. You know. Usually when I'm writing an idea down, it's through the dictation on my phone that way, because it's, like, so I can just say it how it feels, because that's more important than how it looks, you know.
Do you ever do audio recording instead of dictation?
Definitely, yeah. Never to, like, remember something just because it's annoying to, like, go back and listen.
Yeah.
I like to be able to read it. But I'll voice record and then listen back to it, see how it sounds, and then I record every set voice. So, like, I'll just listen to the recordings of, like, where people laughed at a joke and be like, oh, this is actually the funny part. Let me make this part bigger, you know?
How often would you say you said a joke? Man, that sounds like we're just like, hey, we've never done hey, we haven't.
Dude, keep shooting. I don't care.
How often have you said, like, you wrote a joke and you're like, this part is the crusher, and then you did the joke and you're like, well, 4 words before that they were already laughing. This was not the crush
this
part.
This is the joke. Exactly. This is what happened. So I read somewhere that there's enough light in the womb to read a book. That's a true fact. The only issue with that is you're going to ruin a perfectly good book. That's the part people usually laugh at. Like, that's like a semi-punchline, but the real punchline is, and the baby. That's like, that's the part where I thought I was going to get, like, the damn standing ovation. But people really like you're going to ruin a perfectly good book. That gets more of a laugh almost every time.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it's my delivery, but it's like, okay.
You know what I commend you in, like, just the way you just presented that is, like, me, I'd be, like, deeper into the thought of, like, now how do I keep going on that? But, like, you know, like, good enough to, like, that's the joke, and now I can just move past that joke. I'd be like, yeah, you ruined the baby, and then what else? The girl's probably mad. Then what else? But it's like, why would the girl be mad? And I'm like, now I'm not even funny to me.
That's when in doubt, cut it out.
Yeah, that's something that you'll see.
Is that a baby joke as well?
Yes.
Yikes.
Okay. Well,
that's something that
Didn't
you'll
have
see.
more.
I'm gonna tell you, trim the fat on the things, right? Like, take out a lot, like, descriptive words. Sometimes it's just quick and to the point, especially for his style of comedy. Sometimes, in, like, storytellers, they'll need a track to get to the point. But, like, for his style of comedy, it's just got to be because he likes shock value.
Yeah, really, honestly, I do.
Which is fine.
Your demeanor is perfect for that, too.
Yes.
Like, because you have, like,
that mustache
no thrills.
Definitely is good for that, too, man.
Yeah, you're not, like, pumping it up. You're saying something, and it's shiny.
You come off as, like, a sociopath, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I go for, in a way.
What is that, Jesse
that's
from
cool.
Breaking Bad?
And, I'm sorry you're in pain. That really sucks
Yeah,
for
you're
you.
like, all right, bitch.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesse Pinkman. That's funny.
Dude, that's how you should, like, do, like, how, no, don't do, like, someone else, but you could, like, end your set and be like, all right, I've been Jesse Pinkman.
But I think if you're, like the kind of, like, the storyteller type of people, like, that you just want to sit there and watch, they could do anything, like, they're an enigma. Yeah. They're, like, this character, right? Like, I don't think I'm that kind of person necessarily. So, like, it's important for me, for my ideas, my jokes that I've written, like, they hit the right notes, they hit the right beats, it's the good formula. Like, I'm not, like like you couldn't listen to me just like read a phone book and it's entertaining like someone like I don't know.
I don't know because there's
I don't
people
know.
like
But here's the thing though. I think that comes with time. So
Maybe,
like
yeah.
so like my style of comedy, the times that I've done it, the way that I've done tried to present it is like relatable subjects, relatable things. Mom jokes about having babies because I have 4 kids. Dad jokes about having babies because I have 4 kids. Plumbing jokes, being shit on, things like that. Things that I know people don't want to do. Nobody wants to go in their toilet and do something. So it's kind of funny knowing someone has to, or little things like that. But for me to tell it, I have to present it in a story. But for him, he's only 19.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a whole lot of real world experience for him to grab by the balls and go,
Yeah.
I can milk this.
also he has less fear.
Yeah.
Like you really don't even know who you are yet.
Right.
Like RJ lost who he was. Like, that's long gone,
Shit
dude.
been gone.
So like you're coming from it. Like I used to skateboard with this kid named Boo, which like kind of through you might know him kind of, but he was 13 and he was like miniature. He was like 4.5 feet tall, and then there was this other kid in town called Squirrel, same size basically, but they would fucking rip on like 13-foot half pipes. They had no fear. They drop in. They're tiny. They probably didn't weigh that much, so nothing would break when they would fall. But they had no fear to do anything. They would do like 8 sets, or at least attempt them.
Mm-hmm.
Us big fuckers that could like hurt elbows and, you know, like, I'm not even trying to walk down 8 sets.
I see what you're saying.
You know, like I'm scared I might not ever walk again. They're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I got a more personal example there. When I was 19, you didn't even have to tell me the name of the person that you wanted me to fight. You
Dude,
didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm like wanting to know things. I mean, I'm older, things hurt more. I've got a reputation. I've got kids. I've got a full-time job that I can't miss like time for injuries, and so now I need to know more information about things. I can't just, hey, you want to fight 6'7" dude, you know, this weekend? I'm like, fuck, all right, dude, I can beat anybody's ass and go over there and do it, you know. And as you get older, you look at things differently, and you're much more, as you said, you're just more careful. It's not necessarily a fear there, but it's an experience there.
You're aware of things that
Well,
could
yeah,
happen.
something
You're
that-
more like,
there's life experiences
yeah.
there. Yeah, and I think that is one thing that benefits someone so young doing comedy, is that he can do all these things, and then by the time he's 29, which is still young as fuck,
Yeah.
by the time he's 29, he will have 10 years of experience of trying all these things to know what. Now you got to look at it as a sculptor, right? And I'm saying this about comedy, but it's really this is how I look at fighting. It's a piece of clay. And when you first start, it's just a block, and then each year, each time, each rep, you're shaving some off. But sometimes you shave too much off. You got to put some back on, and you got to mold it, and that takes time. And that's what the comedy situation, or that's what, you know, that's how you become a good comic. That's how you write your jokes and things, is by testing things out through trial and error like that.
Yeah, you also find, and at the same time, comedy is evolving. So you're finding out, it's kind of like your style. You're just like getting closer to your style the older you get, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the best jokes ever written, and I reference this about us a lot, and like if you watch Moving Forward in Our Life, you'll see how true it is. But like Jerry Seinfeld wrote this joke, and he said, men dress to their peak. So like, this is the best my life ever was when I was like 20. And I still dress like that because like, hey, shit was great.
That's hilarious.
And I'll never outdress that. I'll never start wearing polos because like that should never worked. You know? Like, and I mean, you see.
That's my comfy clothes, man.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
You guys are good,
Yeah,
man.
Hey, thank you, bro.
Appreciate it.
I'm still on my peak for 10 years. I'm fucking running it.
Been on this shit for a while.
Dang,
Yeah,
dude.
Also, sometimes it's cool to just go up there and make people laugh.
Yeah.
Sometimes things don't have to be so deep, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sometimes you just go up there and tell a fart joke and people will laugh, or they won't, and that's funny too.
Yeah.
You know, like the way that I looked at it is, it's gonna be funny either way, right? Either I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna kill, and everybody's gonna laugh, it's gonna be funny, or I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna bomb, and nobody's gonna laugh, and that's gonna be
Video, and then
funnier.
it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I get that.
Do either one of you guys see like a future where you're just doing comedy? Like you will probably always fuck around with fighting.
Yeah.
And I mean, why would you ever ruin your record?
Yeah, I mean, undefeated.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't
Yeah.
want to do that.
So like you're retired. But like either one of you guys, is that your goal, is to do comedy for the rest of your life?
Definitely.
I would like to pursue it more seriously. My schedule right now with just everything, because my first love as far as a hobby is, you know, the combat sports situation, and I've had offers.
And that's more time constraint. Like you get older, you kind of drift further and further away.
Yeah, well, and then also, you know, we just had a baby, so it's really hard to justify to myself, hey, I need time to train, but I also need time to go to a bar and tell jokes.
Yeah. I mean, just
Kinda have to pick your
that
battles.
whole setup, I need to go out at night at a bar.
Yeah.
Probably not a good.
You know what I mean? And
Doesn't
so
come
it's
off
hard
as
to take that
easy
as a
or
done.
good
Yeah.
intentions as you
and even
need.
and I'm not saying that Taylor doesn't want me doing it. She is more than supportive, but me as a significant other, me as a partner knows that like, hey man, that's a little.
And that's just you being a good dad. You know what that's what that is.
Well, it's respect, because you want respect, so you have to give respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'd be pretty mad. I'm not being forced to choose one. I'm making that priority right now. Just because fighting, I have a cap on. I can be a 50-year-old comic. I'll probably be funnier when I'm 50 than I am now.
I mean, Larry literally near a mic is funny.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Good lord.
If you could figure out how to get him on here and not talk politics or COVID, dude.
Well, we had him on here, and then the last 30 minutes of it was us watching his YouTube.
Yeah. He was like, pull up
He's
my
like,
YouTube.
pull up this video.
Yeah,
now watch what I say
he'll
here.
hijack
Oh yeah,
it.
dude.
And I'm
for
like,
like
hey,
10
dude, this
minutes,
is, we got to talk.
There's nothing going on except
Yeah.
for him just going, watch this part.
Hey,
watch
goes,
this
hold
part."
on, hold on,
And I'm like,
hold on.
Yeah, hold
Alright,
on, hold on. That ain't
Larry's
the
like
one. It's the one with me on the boat.
Larry's a genius, dude. He's like Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
But like he's just like you can't.
You got to get to
there's
the
a lot of
riffraff.
extra stuff you got.
Yeah, he's a
peel
real
off.
like with a real genius. That kind
Yeah.
of stuff is
Yeah.
it comes with it. Like he's just his own person. You're not gonna put him in a box,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
That's why like when I interviewed him, I knew I wanted it to be like question. I wanted to be able to keep it,
See,
and that's that.
did that help? Keep
It helped.
him
It helped.
centered?
It helped. I think it helped people understand him better because
Yeah.
that's what he doesn't get. Is like, yeah, I get when you want me to like I understand you when you like go off on different rabbit holes and stuff. But in order for the masses to get your genius,
Yeah.
like he needs to keep it on a certain track.
Yeah.
So
See-
that was my goal when I interviewed him.
That's what.
And
like,
yours
when we
was
had
shorter,
him-
right?
Yeah, it was only like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I started to watch it, but I didn't finish it.
When we had like we never write any.
We did
anything
2.5
down.
hours or
You know what I
something
mean?
with
Like
them?
we.
I
don't-
usually don't.
We don't have
It's
point.
all
Like
unless
we might
unless
have,
my private, unless for the books, but yeah.
we might have
We
like
did
a
2.5
couple things we want to talk
hours.
about. But even with Larry, we were just like, okay, we'll just see where it goes, and
Yeah.
that's and
Yeah.
you know, and then it ended up to be a 2.5 hour podcast of us just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
in everything. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's kind of like I
And this
understand
was-
how that makes
This
it a lot
was
easier to
in the
consume.
peak of his like mask days, where he
Mhm.
was
Oh,
like, "Why are you
brother.
wearing a mask?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think
Yeah.
about the COVID shots?"
Yeah,
it was like,
was-
all
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
There was
it
a
was
peak.
deep.
There was a peak.
Yeah, you
We're not
guys
still
haven't-
in the
you guys
peak.
haven't yet.
well, this was back when Tom Thumb was still Tom
This is
Thumb, and
Larry's
he was in Tom
trajectory.
Thumbs. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
This was like right after he made it
When Tom
lawful
Thumb was
so you
still
could buy
Tom
beer on
Thumbs.
Sunday. It was that. It was like that. You know what I mean? He was like, "No, I could buy beer on Sunday at 7
Not
a.m."
Cumberland
I'm like,
Farms
all
anymore.
right, dog.
yeah.
That's
I don't
that's
know,
the
dude.
most Larry shit I've ever heard.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that story where he's like, "I should be able to buy beer on Sundays." What the hell?
Yeah.
Like early as shit. And they're
Facts,
like, "It's
dude.
one day, Larry," and he's like, "Nope, America."
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
"Fuck, Larry, god damn."
Hey man, he's not wrong.
So awesome.
I don't
dude.
even drink.
So awesome.
When it comes to comedy, I have a question for both of you guys, since you guys kind of have different approaches. Do you think cuss words add or take away, or does it matter at all? I think everything
You
is
wanna go first or
context,
you
in
wanna
my
go first?
opinion.
You can go first. I don't
Because
care.
I had my take on it this morning. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all already talked about this?
Okay, I don't remember what you said, so don't let what I said dilute. Don't,
Because I
don't
really
let
wouldn't
what
even
you
listen.
said dilute what I say. I'll go first. So, like, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't really matter in the sense of, like, I think it is harder to not cuss. Like, cuss words can be a crutch.
Yeah.
Like, I cuss just because it's, like, it's easier to, like, make it a little more dramatic, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, I would like to be able to get my point across without cussing. because then I could work a cruise ship. I could do all these things where it's like I can make money doing this comedy thing. You know, like if you can do it without cussing, you can get corporate gigs. You can get a lot of different stuff. You know, so it's like there is a skill to it. That being said, it's like steroids with a baseball player. Like, no, I want to see Barry Bonds on the juice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and you
the
also
joke can
talked
stand
about,
alone.
And you also talked about how your style is kind of that shock value, and you like that. And a part of that is the like throwing in a cuss word when nobody's expecting it. You know what I mean?
Your kids aren't gonna like my comedy. Yeah. You know, like so it doesn't like I'm gonna cuss because I don't think I'm excluding anyone that's gonna be like, oh, he's talking about pedophilia, but he cusses? Like, you know, come on.
He said fucking pedophile.
My thing
I don't
is,
like the fucking part.
I feel like it's like a seasoning, right? And it really just depends on what you're having. Yeah. So it depends on your audience. And what are you doing? Don't limit yourself. What I was preaching to young buck who obviously wasn't listening this morning. You don't want to limit yourself to one style, and you want to be able to go, "Hey man, I got this thing down at the YMCA. Gonna pay you $50. You want to come down and do it?" So go down there, be able to tell you a lot of your jokes, and just take a little bit of the seasoning off. Yeah, because you know, like but it can definitely add because it can add that like. That cut, that nice little ooh, that fucking right. But then also there's a talent to being able to do it without cussing. There's also a talent to being able to interchange them, right? So I feel like because there's jokes that I've written that specifically have a cuss word as the punchline, right? But there's plenty of jokes where I can tell them and add cuss words in and make it a little funnier, or take them all completely out. Yeah. That whatever.
See, and I feel like there are so many things that like a cuss word is like an accessory. It's kind of like, and I'm blanking on his fucking name, but the dude that goes, you know what I'm talking about?
Jim Carrey?
No. He's like Jim Gaffigan. He's a clean comic, but he's always like I just know he does facial expressions like crazy.
Crystalia.
No.
Who are you talking about?
I fucking cannot think of his fucking name. I'm gonna have to wait till y'all are talking again and just like Google it. But he's like one of the only clean comics, and part of his stick is like he doesn't cuss, but you don't even notice when he's doing his stand up because one of his strong suits is how he uses his face. Right. He's not.
Is it the smiley
guy? Brian Regan.
Oh, Brian
fucking
Regan.
Yeah. He's always like...
Yeah.
He is fucking...
He's
on a whole nother level.
He's not...
That was one of the first stand-up specials I watched,
when you move a lot when you're doing comedy, there's a theme to that one. Like...
physical comedy.
Brian Callen.
Physical comedy?
Yeah. Physical comedy. Terrible. I couldn't get that by myself. Fucking... But he's not physical, but he's very expressive.
Animated. Right. He's animated.
Animated is perfect word.
Yeah.
Fucking don't know ABCs, but it's good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But he's so fucking good with moving his face. He's like Jim Carrey. You could say that. Yeah. But it's like it's an accessory. The way he moves his face, or the way you use cuss words, or the way you don't, like the way you would think, like you would curve at the perfect moment where someone would think you'd be cussing, but you wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. That's where it's one of those things where you ask if it's important, and I guess ultimately yes, but whether is it important to have them or not have them, that's where it's like, well, no, cuss words are important, just they are important as a seasoning, right? But I'm not going to add the same seasoning to every single thing I cook.
Right. Now I'm leading this to a point, and that point is, what is your favorite seasoning?
I like it sprinkled in there. You know, one guy.
Well, I meant like, what is your cuss word of all time?
I was gonna say blackened, but
I like that tahini.
Hey.
My favorite cuss word on stage is like, I don't know, man.
I think fuck old faithful.
Yeah, fuck is it just depends. It definitely
fuck
depends.
Used to be mine.
Pussy I don't have a favorite.
Kind of tightens up. I don't like pussy.
I don't like the word pussy's hard.
It's the way you use it though. If you're being descriptive of like
so many people are like, I just don't even like that word. I'm like, dude, that word and cunt. That word is amazing. Cuts. You know what I mean? Like those words are just like, ooh.
Yeah.
You know,
it's definitely got the wow factor to it.
What is the funniest cuss word?
It can be
Like, give me
But that's only
give me
here,
your
though,
favorite,
right?
and then your
But
funniest.
that's only here, right? Though, because
Huh?
like you could be a cheeky cunt anywhere,
Yeah.
over in Europe. You're a chinky cunt, and you're just like, oh, okay.
Chinky, that's different.
Well, that's
hey.
But you know what I'm saying?
bro.
Cheeky
We're behind.
cunt.
Outta here.
This ain't going on YouTube now.
It's like whatever,
yeah.
But then, let's see if y'all
Yeah.
wouldn't have pointed it out.
This is-
They'd have been like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
this dude's just an idiot." and doesn't
Dude, we
know how to
literally
enunciate
read a
properly.
list of.
This isn't Shane Gillis on this podcast.
Yeah,
Hey guys, hey, fucking.
they went a little harder, but dude, if you go back and listen to that stuff, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh man, their Asian accents are amazing, dude.
Also,
Anyways.
he was not even really
No, dude.
doing
They just.
anything.
I think
Hey,
there's a lot of people that like this isn't a new take, but I subscribe to the belief that they hired him just so that they could do that. Like they
Oh,
they
yeah,
needed
to
to
make,
like
like, a-
they wanted to like
yeah.
make a statement.
so a lot of the old specials that we were watching, a lot of it shit is accents, jokes written.
Yeah,
in accents.
Dude,
Like,
there are
that
so
today.
many fucking things out there that like people
Andy
don't get.
Kaufman.
Yeah, but it's just like now now they'd be
Or like
canceled.
or like some of the most world famous people, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, both did blackface.
Oh, dude.
But because they like go on their show and like have the vaccine song, it's like, well, they
Or because they have the machine behind them that
Yeah,
like, anytime
exactly,
the virus starts
exactly,
to come up, they
exactly.
put it out, and then they act like nothing happened and they just ignore it. You can't really get canceled if you have the machine behind you.
Right.
If it's
things
coming
that are
against you,
canceling.
you might be a little fucked, but then you got Patreon and you got other things you can
It's
kinda
really
move
sad,
with.
man. It just makes me sad because
things are definitely changing though.
they are headed into a direction that's not very good. But it's like just the freedom. There's no freedom of speech because you can get canceled so quickly. You should be able to say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
If you're stupid enough to say things that you know are going to get like,
Controversial.
controversial, yeah. But
Yeah.
but like,
Dude, my
making
podcast is
making
probably gonna ruin my
imitations,
life.
making
Not even
imitations, accents, things like that's just people, man. Like that's been around forever.
Dude, I
you
can't
don't think way back in the day, and even like in Western times, like
Yeah.
cowboys. You don't think everybody's making fun of each other at some point in time? Because everybody at some point they're gonna be kicking it with their boys, whether it's at the campfire. Oh, did you hear, old dude? And I mean, that's just human nature. Because you want to be with your friends. It's camaraderie. You want to make them laugh.
it's
like
funny.
And it's funny, dude. Especially when you do a terrible impression. That's even funnier.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to get their feelings hurt now. It's just so sad. It's a shit world to live in.
One of
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, but at the same time, like, there's more and more ways to make money online as a comedian now. Like with like paywalls are becoming much more common thing. Patreons, stuff like that. Paywalls for your specials, putting your special on YouTube. Like I don't think you necessarily need the machine as much anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't like people do get butthurt about things, but at the same time, like there's enough people that don't, and they want to hear the crazy shit.
The uncensored.
They want to hear the crazy shit because it's like I haven't heard that in a while. They've been hiding it from me, So like you can be like, my special's 99 cents on my website, and
It's the law shit that's not allowed anymore that everybody's kind of like,
Yeah.
ooh, damn. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's crazy the type of, like, a lot of the times when we come up and say we're on the podcast and we think what we think is an original thought, it isn't. Like, for example, Mad TV did that bit a long time ago that Amy Schumer like kind of ripped on again, where it was like the lady gets to the register and she's like,
I
yo,
know
this
exactly
lady
what you're
helped me
talking
out.
about.
And it's like, oh, what's the lady look like? Or what's the dude look like? Oh, well, she got short hair. Well, everybody in here kind of got short hair. She wore a blue vest. What they're trying to avoid saying is like a descriptive word like black or Asian or something.
Yeah.
It's like, that is so, can't touch that.
Yeah.
And it's like, why?
yeah,
Like, we should be able to be.
That's what makes the goats. So you're not allowed to touch on trans right now.
Yeah.
Or that's why everybody loves Dave, because he doesn't care. So you're not allowed to touch on.
Bill Hicks and Louis C.K. both said the N-word hard R in a special.
Dude, also, did you see...
That's crazy.
Have you seen Funny Talk? It's Louis C.K.,
I think I know.
Chris Rock, Ricky Gervais, and Jerry Seinfeld. And
that
Chris
dude.
Rock and
Ricky Gervais is one that we didn't bring up, man. That's a fucking
so good.
He does.
But
He doesn't give a shit,
but Chris
dude.
Rock and Louis C.K. are openly saying the N-word back and forth to one another. And Jerry Seinfeld's like, I can't do that. You can do that, but I can't do that. And he's like, I can do that because or I can't do that because that's just not the comedy I do.
Yeah,
I don't find it funny. And he's like, but you should be able to find the funny in anything, which is true. It is your take, your approach on it. That is what makes it funny. Like,
it's like Daniel Tosh has a joke where he says,
that's exactly what I was about to say.
He's one of my favorites too. I forget him.
Like, a lady's in the crowd and she's like, rape isn't funny.
And he's like,
wouldn't it be funny if 10 dudes raped her right now?
Yeah. I mean, but like, he's got that thing. He's like,
Yeah.
He's like, no. He says, if you've ever said nothing's funny about blank, know that I hate you to your core.
Yeah.
And I hope you die or something like that. But it's like, I mean,
You're
what kind of life is it to not find the humor in everything?
Yeah. It's the crowd you're going after. Like, if somebody intentionally doesn't want to find the funny in it and wants to be hurt, they're always going to be hurt. You know? Like, it's like, I don't know what that is about people when you're around somebody and you just do not like somebody. Like, you don't know why. You're just like, I don't like that dude. I don't like that chick.
I've been there.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes that's how people are about comedians. They're like, I just don't like that person.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason. It's like,
or they just don't like comedy. Period.
There
you know what I mean? And those are the same people that go to comedy clubs.
Like,
sometimes, and you're like, why the fuck are you here?
Like, what is the lady that did Nanette? The lady that did the Nanette special. I can't remember her fucking name. She must hate comedy because that was trash.
I know a lot of times at open mics, you get people that are just at some random ass bar. There's some live music. They're drunk as hell. Their life is hell, and then like, the music stops, they're like, what the hell? And they're like, all right, it's open mic comedy night. And then I get up there, and it's like, yeah, I understand that, like, you don't want me here right now, but, like, you can leave. Like, you kind of have to be able to be like, just, it's comedy time, you know what I mean? People don't always want to hear comedy, but you have to know to be like,
people also don't always want to hear fucking country music.
Yeah, exactly. And
or whatever.
Dude, at the Purple Parrot.
Yeah, that's country music. It's the bars we go to.
I had a mic the other Tuesday at the Purple Parrot, and it was rough. There was.
Is that on a beach?
Mm-hmm. It's out in Perdido.
Yeah.
There was just people there that they just didn't want to hear comedy, period, and it was just bad. They heckled the shit out of me, and I didn't really do any jokes because it was just me and them talking the whole time, and I was like, well, I'm gone now. Like, no one is listening anymore.
That's got to be an interesting spot, too, because I feel like Perdido's a lot of kind of old heads.
It's tough.
You know what I mean? It's like kind of
before that.
It's like the people that ride bikes and golf carts everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're hanging out at Purple Parrot late because they're hammered.
I live right there, like by there, and I knew before the first mic even started. I was like, dude, this is gonna be bad. But I'm really thankful for it. It's tough every night. The people don't want to hear it. But I'm really thankful for it because I'm working, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, it's teaching me how to deal with people that are like, say something funny. And it's like, all right, dude. Like, it's teaching me how to, like,
brother.
Yeah, this guy stinks. But it's literally like learning how to deal with shit like that. So, like, when I go to somewhere where people do want to hear comedy, I'm going to do even better. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things.
Somebody heckles you, just be like, Dad?
It's always one of those things that I try to, like, think about is being in an uncomfortable position is a good thing, because when you find yourself comfortable in those uncomfortable positions, then you're in a good spot. You know what I mean? But you're never going to move forward unless you're uncomfortable.
Hey,
you know
man,
what I
I'm
mean?
right here, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk directly
I've told
to
him
me.
that a couple times. But it's
I'm
one of those
taking this
things.
personal.
That's one thing
It's
that's
one of
pretty
those
cool
things
about
you have
watching,
to, like, you really got to put yourself in shit positions.
Going to the open mics and watching each other is really cool to, like, watch, especially in the beginning where you would, like, kind of start to bomb and nobody's reacting to anything and you're just kind of up there because have y'all seen
the Key and Peele's where it's just porn?
Have y'all ever seen Tenacious D?
Yes.
Okay. So you know the what was it, the Rocket Simulator or whatever that he did in KG's apartment, and he's like looking at the mannequins and it's all bright and
I cannot remember.
He's freaking out in the apartment. That's pretty much what it's like up there. Like, especially when no one's laughing, it's like you're just looking. There's just faces looking at you and bright lights looking up or down at you, and it's just like and it's really cool to see, like, you're fishtailing, and then to watch him or feel myself do it, or even watch someone else do it, correct themselves, and then by the end of the set you have laughs.
How often do you go off track? And, like, I think, to me, if I'm gonna go up there with a set and I have, like, an idea of, like, how I would want to, like, air it out, I think I would end up ultimately dropping off that set and just starting riffing on things that I'm, like, genuinely curious about. How often do you find yourself doing that? and then also being like, oh fuck, I kind of, because in comedy there's not like a you have to obey what, because it's up to you.
Right.
So like, where is the happy median there? Do you just stick to a set that you have written, or do you like, are you opposed to doing crowd work, or is it like, fucking we find it when we're out there?
So like sometimes I'll just get there. I'll have like the jokes I know I'm gonna do, and I have my set list. And it at an open mic especially, it's very loose because I'm just getting reps in, right? So if I see someone in the crowd and I think of a joke, like, oh, I'm gonna start ripping on this person when I get up there. You know what I mean? So it'd be that kind. Like the other night there was a blind guy, and we were in a bar, and I was like, a blind guy walks into a bar, and I like turned over to the guy, and I was like, "What's up, Steven?" Like I was like, I thought that was pretty good, you know. Yeah. And then so like if something like that, if I can think of something like that, and I'm like, yeah, I'll throw that in there. Or like if I'm up there, and if someone says something, like if I can think of something funny, I'm like, yeah I'll say it. Because you never know, it might become part of a joke.
Dude, here's a good one. I mean, I hate to give material because I'm going to eventually be the best in the world, but how does a blind guy find his favorite bar? I'll let you chill on that.
Let me think about it.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't got to give an answer. That was just for you to do whatever you want with that.
Blind.
Oh, you don't have a punchline?
Huh?
Is there a punchline?
No, it was like, that's a genuinely question.
He can taste.
How does a blind guy find a bar?
No, how does a blind guy find his favorite bar? Because there's always going to be bars that are dope.
Black guy.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I thought you had a good joke about a black guy.
No, how does a blind guy find his favorite bar? Because do you just go to the bar nearest to where you are always, and you just become a regular?
I guess so.
Or is it like you hear advice like, yo, you should go to this bar. Okay, I'll go.
Yeah. A blind guy having a regular bar to me just is wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, he's already
there are people
up
too,
side,
bro.
I know
blind,
that's just...
blind people are people too.
That's wild.
All right.
They're just not allowed to go out and enjoy themselves at
You're
a bar.
You're like, all right, you two assholes.
These ableist pieces.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Okay, this kind of leads into a weird question that I already always want to ask people. If you had to give up one sense, what would that sense be?
Like of the 5 senses?
Yeah, I thought you had 6, but we'll go with 5.
6 cents. Nope. You're right.
But if you had to give
up, some people have 6 senses, buddy.
I seen that doc.
Doc?
I seen that
doc. Documentary. Yeah.
I feel like a blind guy could get mad bitches. Especially like if I didn't look fucked up.
Hey, them bitches are for sure gonna be mad.
And you just like, I put my little glasses on and I'm just like chilling in the club. And like my friends tell people I'm blind. Like I bet bitches would come up to me. So like I'd probably go blind.
Okay, what's yours? And I'll tell you all why.
And like a blind comic, I can wear my sunglasses up there. Dude, I might make myself go blind.
Oh, dude, you might be a... Hold on, no.
This is going to be...
Hey, don't say mine. Because I know what you know.
I know what yours is.
Hey, but I think that would be great.
Think I'd be a good blind guy?
Huh?
Yeah.
You think I'd be a good blind guy?
Dude, 10 out of 10 blind.
Yeah.
I'm just
I see what you're doing.
Like cracking jokes.
I mean, I see what you're doing when you can see. It probably might be better if you're blind.
Yeah. Take them things out.
What about you?
Yeah. It's a very easy answer. I'm surprised it's taking a while.
Man.
It's so easy.
We're not actually going to take it away. You don't have to.
It's okay.
I'm trying to think.
It's going to be okay, buddy.
This is a personal question. It's not like what is best for anyone. It's like personally for you, what do you think you could let go of and be okay without?
Oh, probably hearing.
Okay.
What, dude?
Dumb as shit.
You are a psycho.
Yeah, you're
just gonna like sit there in your house, like, watch freaking TV with the captions on.
I already do that though.
How would you even know how to read though?
One thing about being blind is
you didn't say born without, bro.
Dude.
You just said you just lose.
I bet being
That's true.
What do you mean?
I did say that.
What do you mean you can't read?
The only reason
how would you sound it out?
I wouldn't pick because I still want to taste shit.
You can still talk.
You can't hear, dude.
Somebody goes, that's good.
How do you know what that sounds like? Even if you're reading, like this was just like Undertaker chokeslam Triple H through a table.
Yeah.
How do you know what the fuck you're reading?
Because if he choke slams him, and then I see it, if I see it happen, I'm like, okay, that's choke slam.
How are you guys?
How do you know
I
that
have a
word
question
is
though.
choke
How are you guys
slam?
okay with like
read
not
that?
being able to see?
Huh?
I would be.
See,
I would
lose
much
my mind over not being able to.
I
That
would
was
much
his
prefer-
choice, but you
but I'm
chose a
saying-
really dumb one.
No, because dude,
That's
people
dumber
would
than
have
being
to
able
take
to
care of
see.
me.
That's dumber than being able to see.
Yeah, but listen, hold on.
See, I think
I would have-
No,
I would
talk
have-
for 1 second.
I would
We'll
have,
talk for
like-
1 second. You're giving up music. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Invalid. You can't hear comedy.
Yeah,
Done.
dude.
You're done.
I can
Get outta
still.
here.
I can still.
Dude,
fight, though.
imagine
I just can't
me-
hear the bell.
I can still fight though.
I mean,
it's it.
okay,
He's
that
not
works for
wrong.
me.
He's
I
not
can
wrong.
still fight.
You can't read captions that say "Give it to me, daddy." You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You're in the room alone with somebody. You just hear.
I don't
You
think
just feel the
hear that.
vibration.
You got Braille on her ass. You just go like that.
That's him though.
I think
I can
I
see.
think it would make me more.
You got it wrong.
I can see.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. What is yours, bro?
Mine's probably hearing, dude. I think with
God,
not being able to
y'all are
see, I think
dumb,
not being able
dude.
to see is
No, dude.
so scary.
So,
That scares the shit
Because
out
like,
of me.
because y'all.
for sure.
I mean,
what is the benefit
Then I
of
didn't-
y'all's then? What is the benefit?
because you can still do most shit without being able to hear.
Yeah, but
stuff.
what are you benefiting from?
Yeah,
what
but
is
you're just
adding
like
to your life?
a
now
my
that you
retard.
fucking
don't
sight's
have it?
gonna be eagle vision, bro. You lose one sense, the other gets
everything else
stronger. I'll be able to
heightens.
see into your soul, man.
Bro.
I'm just saying. What benefit losing? I mean, he'll be able to hear someone coming up to kill him. You won't be able to see where the fuck they're at.
Dude, I'll be in my
Daredevil's not
crib.
real.
I'll be in my crib with a harem of women taking care of me. They'll be bringing me stuff like.
See,
'cause I
you
can't
know what
walk
happened
around.
when he lost his sight? He gained confidence. Y'all can't
Yeah.
even understand what's. Y'all don't even know he lost his sight because you can't hear him.
Blind people are so wise
When he's
because
got
they're
his
not
fucking stick
distracted.
and glasses on, I will definitely understand.
And I'm gonna have a badass pit bull.
He goes. Now I'm
Yeah,
gonna
dude, I
tell
don't
you
know.
why you guys are wrong and
See,
why
and I'm gonna tell you why
right.
you-
Yeah, we
You're
couldn't
wrong.
communicate anymore.
And I'm gonna tell you. You're wrong.
Yes, we could. Yes,
We'd
we
be
could.
cut off.
How could y'all talk?
We'd
Or
have to,
how
like,
could you
touch.
whatever?
Touch is a sense, my man. I couldn't.
Morse
I
code,
could,
dog.
I could
Hey, this
not- I
video
couldn't go-
sounded
I couldn't
funny.
go-
Does it look funny? Like,
I couldn't go without. We would complete each other, bro.
I just thought of that
sounded
from
weird.
his concept.
other. I'd be like,
we'd be yin and
I'd be like,
yang.
Logan.
You can't do that. Anyway, you're terrible.
That's fucked. Yeah.
One time
I couldn't live without taste.
Yeah, I
Right?
Okay.
You want to taste everything. Living without smell affects your taste.
Okay.
But like, you got to be able to smell things to taste it.
No,
This is how that
honestly,
shit works.
probably would have been a good one.
Yeah, but then it
Smell
fucks with your
probably
taste.
would have been
But
a
you know
good
what?
be
I
good
guess
for a plumber.
it would be.
But I think you're missing the point.
And then
How
I
does
couldn't
it
touch.
benefit? Like the benefit
How,
of
but
losing the
none
sense.
of these senses, you
I
don't benefit at
absolutely-
all. by
honestly,
losing a
smell.
sense.
You'd have to
Yeah,
go
you
with
don't
smell.
You don't
benefit
benefit at
at
all.
all.
Ask me mine then.
It's
What's-
taste.
what's
So I
yours?
know
It's
it's taste,
taste,
so
bro.
you don't have to eat. I
Oh,
get
so
it.
you get skinnier.
I get it.
Well, you only eat what's best for you.
Yeah.
You don't run off of what tastes good
Then you want to
anymore.
kill yourself.
Probably start smoking
That
cigarettes.
sucks, dude.
Why would you smoke? You can't taste.
Yeah, then
you
you,
can't
You wouldn't even
taste
be
anything.
interested in doing it. It would
It would
only
suck.
make you
That
feel
would
bad.
absolutely suck.
The reason why not having taste benefits you,
You could dip fat
because
lips.
you're healthier. You live longer.
hog nuts. Dude. Straight hog nuts all day.
I thought about it, but like that's just a personal thing where I'm just.
I could
gluttonous.
not taste,
Bro,
man.
and then you... Dude,
I would rather
Hey, bro,
eat
bro, bro,
pie and not hear someone sneak up on
Bro,
me.
but listen to this.
Watch my security
But
camera
listen to
sitting
this.
and enjoying my pie.
But listen to this. Hold on. You could
don't
make so
say-
much money. Swallow, bro.
Whoa.
You can't taste.
You think I'm not sucking dick because of the flavor? What are you
What's
talking
turning me
about?
off, dude, is the dick flavor.
I
Come on, man.
eat like every flavor of chip, salt, vinegar, salty. Like that ain't the issue. Like it's the gayness, brother. I'm not worried about what it's gonna taste
But
like.
You don't benefit
It's
from that.
the
even a
it's
little
the
bit.
You don't
it's the
tell
act
me what I do.
I'm
of a
telling you,
penis
bro.
entering my head.
It's the affront to God, brother.
I think smell is
Staring
probably
down
the
the
best
barrel,
one.
dude. This shit's rough.
I'm going with taste, though.
I mean,
I want to
you
be
know
able to
what?
hear,
No, that-
smell,
that-
and see.
That's
still.
valid. That's
What is the
valid
fifth
for you.
sense?
So you can smell the food you're eating, but you
Feel?
can't taste it?
Correct.
That would just piss me
Dude,
off.
that would be.
Just
Oh,
piss
man,
me
it
off,
tastes so
man.
good.
Yeah.
Dude,
would
the,
make
the,
me
the
so
shitty thing
angry.
about this conversation is I kind of want to fake being blind like Stevie Wonder now, because like
You can at an open mic. You're not that famous yet.
it is true, but I don't know. People.
Not around here. Everybody knows it.
Just
Yeah,
go in there with a
everyone knows
stick and two monocles.
Well, I already have the. Just y'all keep talking.
I already
right.
have the. I
He's
already have the
pulling out
glasses.
a
already have the
stick?
stick.
Yeah.
Dude,
he's
if
got
he
the
has a
glasses.
fucking Sing eye stick,
He's
No,
the most
he's
boring
not.
guy glasses.
oh, for
Oh, yeah.
sure, dude.
This is how I'd be on your podcast. Just
You look like Weekend at this Bernie's house.
thank you.
Yeah.
Just looking around.
Oh,
But
he's
yeah,
like,
that's got to be
punch
it.
him in
I got
the
one
face.
more question, and I feel like this is good. And I did not pre-research this at all, and you'll know by my answer.
I can't hear you.
But if we had an animal draft,
Mm.
and it's going to be in a tournament to the death, who wins?
Bear.
Okay, you didn't even think about it. Are you locked in on that?
No.
Okay.
I just like ruining your
To
your
the
thing.
death.
All right, you can't say it until we all gotta say it at the same time though, because then we'd start one upping each other with our ansers, right?
No.
Ooh, that is honestly
way to do
true.
I mean,
But
it's true, but
I'm
I'm
stuck-
going with.
Get
I'm
real.
going
Look,
We
hey.
write it down.
Okay. No.
No, you
Text it
say-
down.
Text it.
All
down.
right,
Right.
all right. Let me
Where
think.
the fuck my phone go?
Okay,
well, you gotta
finish
You gotta
what
finish
you're
your thing
saying.
because
Finish
apparently
what you're
mine's too
saying.
early.
So we're gonna all be honest with each other and vote who gets to the final and then who wins
I'm gonna.
Out of any animal,
out of any
all
animal
of the animals
of all the animals.
that are currently
that are alive now,
alive.
Yeah,
that are
right.
alive now.
yeah,
right?
okay, I got.
of all time.
I'll just tell you
Of
now,
all
I got
time?
bear.
Okay, that's true.
Hold
that's
on
true.
now.
That's true. Hold
No,
on.
no, no, no.
Right now. That's
That's
fair.
crazy.
That's
Of
fair.
all
That's fair.
time.
what
Right now,
terrain?
not
What's
of all
the
time.
terrain?
Yeah, where we at?
Have you
In a
ever
high
seen the
school
Tournament of
gymnasium.
Power in Dragon Ball Z?
And we're in a high school gymnasium.
I'm a Naruto guy.
Okay, let's
High
do
school
that.
gymnasium.
Okay, high
A
school gym.
bear, or well.
Okay, but
animal-
it can't be slippery like that. It's
Yeah.
got to be textured where
They've
everybody
got
can grip.
A dirt road, and they have to just
just
stay
a
on the
grass
road.
field.
Just a grass,
Grass
field.
field. Grass field's here.
Grass
Grass
field.
field.
Maybe a
Football
tree
field.
or two. Maybe a tree or two. Are we gonna agree to a tree or two?
Depends on. I don't care.
You don't even know
my
your
animal's
I don't like-
versatile.
I don't like trees. I like just
My
a level
animal's
playing field.
versatile.
All right,
Don't
we'll
want any
just go a
obstacles.
football field with no paint on it.
No paint. Can't have any paint.
No paint. 100 yard by 100 yards.
Are we talking?
is the grass
are we
cut
Oh,
football
yeah, is the
field
grass
grass?
is the grass cut or is it turf?
It's grass cut. You can't turf. You're gonna break some knees. If it has
I
knees.
just love
Why is your
making it-
animal got knees?
I just
If it's got knees.
I just love making this as complicated as
yeah.
it
Okay, so grass cut.
Are there spectators? How
All
high
right.
are the fences?
Look, get in your notes. Everybody got iPhone?
Mm-hmm.
All right, get in your notes and just write it down and then put your phone down whenever you're done. Mine's done. And look, you don't have to be wildly specific if it is like like say I'm just
I was
gonna
gonna be
throw
very-
out if you say turtle. You don't have to be like yellow back turtle or fucking
Okay.
spotted
If it is a common cross species, can I list that?
yeah, that's fine.
It happens frequently. Okay.
But I'm not gonna take away because you were like it has green dots
Yeah. No. Yeah. yeah.
Capybara. Who put capybara down?
like La Chupacabra. And it's got to be
Damn,
real.
the
It can't.
Chupacabra,
You can't say Sasquatch.
Hold on now.
Is everybody in?
I'm in.
You are?
We are locked, baby.
Okay. So we can
Like
reveal
March
it
Madness.
1-on-1, but you got to have your phone up when you
Yeah.
say it.
Okay.
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 So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay,
Okay.
go.
A polar bear.
Well, let's see. Let's see your phone. Make sure that's it.
I changed it just right now.
Polar bear.
Polar bear. Okay, what you
Go
got?
ahead.
I didn't see that. Polar grizzly bear combo. They frequently breed on the Canadian border, and it's the most dangerous mammal alive.
That's tough.
Because it can,
'Cause y'all are very
it's all
close.
carnivore. Like a polar bear, it's all carnivore, so it only attacks things. But it can stand the heat like a grizzly.
Okay, and I will say this before we get to whoever makes it to the final.
a leg.
The two people that make it to the final can't vote on their own shit, so it's got to be a consensus of the two people that lost.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? Who is you?
I got venomous little snake.
All right, he lost.
I'm just saying, dude. You can't see it coming. He's a little guy. He's a little
Fuck,
guy.
that's good.
And the big things get scared of him.
I highly doubt.
Just
I'm
saying.
telling
highly
you,
doubt a
these two
venomous snake
things
would
know
take
they're
out a bear.
fist fighting to the death. So you just fucked up. I've seen a little.
Look,
fucking
you
hot
got all the
dog.
big guys
Damn, I
fucking
could've said a
around,
mongoose,
and then you come
but
a
then they'll
little
get
venomous little
ripped up
snake
by a
comes up
bear.
behind him. It's over.
See, I
dude.
picked polar bear
Bro,
'cause they're
these
carnivore.
animals are in
Yeah,
a
no, they-
tournament.
I'm like,
to
if I
the
picked a grizzly
death.
bear, they're gonna be eating
Yeah, no, I
berries
get
over
it.
there while everybody else
I
is
get
fighting.
it. You know
Which
how
actually
big
might
a
be
little
good,
venomous
when
little
everybody else
snake
takes
is?
themselves out.
Lil.
Little guy.
We can
Okay.
climb trees.
Mine
swim in
is
water.
gorilla. So
I think a grizzly would take a gorilla.
Yeah, me too.
I think so too.
okay, nobody said grizzly. Nobody here said you
Yeah.
said a
Grizzly,
hybrid.
polar hybrid.
Polar grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Which is
polar
better
bear
than
would
a
take- I
grizzly and a
drown a
polar. It's
gorilla.
better than both.
Bro, if the gorilla gets around you at all, he's ripping anything off. Clean off.
Have you ever seen the size of a polar bear? They're
I love that you're not
This
even
is
in the
true.
conversation.
This is something. This is
Snake will
something.
come bite him on
This
the
is
ankle.
something we need to think about. Is that a polar bear has limbs that
Will
could
be ripped
easily.
off.
They only have a mouth. Their claws. Yes, you do need to think about the claws. But
Yeah.
if the gorilla can catch an arm, it's not
Rip
looking
that
good for the
motherfucker off.
Grizz. But then again,
Man,
grizzlies
hold
are
on.
very strong,
but
dude.
they're huge.
They're
though.
massive.
They're
And
like
have you seen?
fucking, was it
and
like
I get
9 to 12
bears.
feet tall. They're fucking
I get
crazy
bears
huge.
run fast. I get this, but if a gorilla's coming at you full speed and he's gonna tackle you,
I mean, that'd be it. It would be an interesting fight.
and he probably knows jujitsu, I'm just saying. A
Was it
bear ain't got
Jocko Willing?
No, yeah, it was a fucking. Dude, he's
I
got
think
that
you need to watch some bear
Jocko fuel.
documentaries, my friend.
I know, dude. There's a really good one on Disney Plus on the Nat Geo section. So it's on.
I'm gonna say whoever the final is, it's got to be me versus one of you guys, and y'all.
All right, let's vote. We're all gonna vote on one. I'm voting Snake.
Wow, that's fucked.
Dude, he'll fuck you. He'll fuck you up.
Yeah, dude.
You're
Gorillas
not-
are scared of snakes, bro.
Yeah, have you ever seen it? I've seen it.
His tiny little snake,
Dude, venomous little snake.
I've
man.
seen primates don't like snakes,
You're
dude.
fucking done.
dude. I will.
I think it's
But as
snake
you're
versus
doing this,
bear.
you're biting
Snake
your
doesn't
face,
get through
it's
the fur.
fucking- yeah.
Bro, he'll literally pick up the snake and squeeze it to death.
Dude, I think
all right.
I don't man,
Get
I,
your votes in.
I think we need to put up a poll. Put this shit
Should
on
do
Instagram.
that.
Bro,
Sure.
okay, of all the things that
And
I've
then when
heard,
you have
other
me
than
back to
picking
beat Cam,
myself,
Yeah.
I got to pick yours because of the hybrid idea.
I think that's a good pick. I think I also like gorilla.
I think that's
if
a
I'm not
fucking
going with
cop
mine.
out. If I had
think-
to say so myself.
It's a fucking cocksucker.
What
pick.
is a
I
cop
know,
out?
I
Mine?
know.
No,
Come on.
fucking hybrid.
It was a
This
cocksucker.
motherfucker.
That was kind
It
of
was
weird.
a bitch of a pick.
Oh, I'm gonna pick a hybrid.
Now, of yours too, if you
sound
had
like
to be forced to
Everett.
grizzly because he
Dinosaurs
said
versus the
polar,
hybrids.
if that was the case, I
I'd
would
go
have went polar.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But you said hybrid, so I'm like, that's got to have more things, right?
He's got
More
both.
ability.
More abilities.
Yeah, he's got regenerative
He's got
properties.
all
and
their
shit,
strengths and none of their weaknesses.
Yeah.
He just does this.
He goes Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan polar bear.
Damn.
Dang, man.
Why are there werewolves and not werebears?
Werebears.
Damn, bro, that's deep.
Do we?
Or
do you-
werecats? There's actually more literature on werecats than
Because
What
have
is-
you ever
what
seen
makes
the
a
ears
were?
on a bear?
But
What
I
is
guess-
a were?
The
half
human
person, half whatever.
Werewolf.
Damn, bro.
Idiot.
Dude, I keep thinking this is weed. It's a damn cookie. I'm like, when we smoking that shit, dude?
Werewolf. Yeah, but how was there
He
even
said
a werewolf?
werewolf.
Did somebody fuck a werewolf?
I don't know, man.
You mean
You
somebody
s-
fuck a wolf?
So then somebody fucked a spider?
A were spider?
Spider-Man. When did it go from a man to a were?
Because werewolves are like old folklore shit.
Yeah, but why does were come first in the wolf?
'Cause it's
category,
probably
but
Old English.
Spider comes first in the man.
You got a laptop.
I'm not using it. We're using our things.
Our thinkers.
Yeah.
Them things.
Yeah.
Got them things on
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Spit it out.
That is a good fucking question. The were thing.
What are y'all's takes on chupacabras? Real or not real?
Dude,
I still don't know what they officially look like for me to even claim it.
I
I
don't
know
trust
what the
those.
were-
I don't trust
okay,
those
so,
Mexicans. That ain't real.
Yeah, it's just Old English. Where W-E-R, where means man. So
man wolf?
Man bear.
That's dumb as shit. So it's like were
Yeah, exactly.
spider.
So where spider?
Who wins in that? Werewolf or were spider? I
Probably
think were
werewolf.
spider because he gets to be around and he's like.
I mean,
But if
honestly,
there
yeah,
ain't nothing
probably.
to fucking get up on if you're on a football field,
That is a good point. He just crushed the theory.
werewolf.
Werewolf for sure. Werewolf. He's gonna.
But
rip-
also, you gotta
werewolf or
think,
werebear.
man, that shit,
Yeah.
that's just sticky.
Because like if you get that on your
Spider-Man
wear
doesn't kill anybody.
face,
But then
You
how
get it in
far?
your hair.
But
Your
how
little
far away are
man
you starting?
paws won't be
Do we
able to
start
get
50
off.
yards
I
apart?
think you start at each end zone.
Or do you do like Oklahoma drills and you're laying down on the ground and you're like,
No,
one,
I
two,
like-
three,
No, bro.
head
No,
up.
you just count down. They both run out of their tunnels.
I like end zone to end zone.
End zone. Just
yeah.
run towards each
So
other.
you're going spider? Then?
Deadliest Warrior.
I think
that
that's. I
shit.
think if
Remember
you
that
start
show?
from both
that
sides,
show.
That shit was legit.
I'm just looking.
You always know when they'd slice
I was
through a bone. Like they'd use a rubber jelly with the bone in the middle, and then they'd be like, "Yay!"
How old were you guys when that show was on?
I don't know.
I was 9 years old. I was in 3rd grade.
That's the
I
one
used
where
to
they-
come home on Wednesdays.
One of the
Watch that
things one of the things I've told him before, we were talking about something. Let's just talking about age because you're bringing up how young you are. Is we were talking about something else about fighting, and I told him that, and this is probably the same for you doing jiu-jitsu. How long have you been doing jiu-jitsu, Cody?
It is almost 7 years in like a month.
Where do you train?
Kazushi Club in school.
Where's that at?
It's off of Cervantes. It's like right next to the Domino's on Cervantes when it starts to curve towards Apple Market. It's literally.
I know.
right
I know
next
what
to
you're
it.
talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna.
Before I cut you the hell off.
Matter. Just scratch that.
What
It doesn't
was-
matter because I'm the only one.
But what was it? What was it?
We were just talking about the fighting or whatever, and I had told him that I was like, you realize I've been fighting longer than you've been jerking off.
Yeah, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We realized that the other day. He's been fighting how long?
12 years.
12 years. I wasn't.
11.
I
You were
was.
6.
I've only been jerking off
When
since
was
I
your
was
first
like
boner?
my first boner. I don't know, dude. I don't remember the first bone dog.
My
Let me
first
check my
boner.
log. Hold on.
No, I remember the first time I jacked off though. It was a little late. It was in 6th grade.
In the day?
Cause no, it was at
afternoon
nighttime.
time?
It was on the top bunk of a bunk bed.
Was there anybody in the bottom?
Please don't
bunk?
say his sibling.
Sibling in the bottom bunk for sure.
Mm.
I feel like that's a lot of people's first time is in a top or bottom bunk. But and then I nutted
Whatever makes you so
all over my stomach and then I cried.
You cried after first
Oh,
nut?
yeah.
What was the
Who
cry
doesn't?
about?
I was like, how could I have? I can't
Desecrated.
believe I've done this. Like
I can't believe you've done this.
for real though, I was like, I have
This is-
really
this
stooped. This is a new low.
This is
Like this is a new
Yeah.
low for me.
That
Like
was post-nut
like
clarity.
I've been slipping up lately, but
Yeah.
this is a new low.
Hold on. Is it brother or sister down there?
Oh, I have all brothers.
Okay. So brother's like, hey, man, you good?
No, I
You give
remember
me
there was
water?
a few times where it's like, stop shaking. What are you doing? Because they're younger, and I was like, I was itching my leg, dog. My bad. That's an awkward.
Hey, man, it's
that's
probably
like-
raw by now.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
You want me to go get mom? Look at it.
It's funny when my 11-year-old brother was like, we were talking about jerking off, and my mom was like, stop, you don't talk about that in front of him. He was like, Mom, I jerk off, and we were all just like, yo, what? That was oh man.
Dude, am I the only one? But the first couple of times, I remember talking to my friends or hearing them talk to me about it. We were on the bridge. It was my friend Grant and his brother Trevin, and Trevin got a big dick. Apparently, I'd never seen it, but I heard like that was like the rumor. In the
Shout out
neighborhood.
Trevin.
Yeah, Trevin got it going on. Both gingers. Wild. I didn't know they make them big like that, but him and Trevin are talking about they dry scoop. Like, I'm like, that's wild. And I was like,
Dry
scoop.
yeah, like they go full dry, nothing on.
I don't
Just-
ever use anything.
Yeah, that's insane. That's
No,
why
it's
you are
really
a
not. It's
mad-
insane because, dude, how do you? I have done it before. Yeah, sure, it feels better, but like after you nut, like how do you live with yourself? You're like, I'm all covered in oil.
Okay, look. This is what I'm.
This
Oh,
is
I
an
love to talk about
ordeal.
this. Let's talk about this. I'm trying to get as real as game day. Okay, I want to know
Trying to
that.
prep up.
I don't.
Why?
I wanna be not horny as soon as possible.
So you make it as the most like it. So it.
No,
This is
no,
the
I
game,
nut.
yeah.
I nut as fast as I can.
What?
I nut as
think-
fast as humanly
you think-
possible.
So
when
you're
I
you're
jerk off.
approaching girls and you're like, how dry can you get right now?
Yeah, but you don't think it would be faster if you imitate the real thing?
No, honestly, it takes me longer like that. When I just
Too much focus.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What takes
And-
you longer?
when I use like
Nutting or getting
lotion or no.
What makes you hard?
Bro, he's 19. The wind makes him hard.
Yeah, no, I can get hard right now. No, I'm
Do
just
it.
probably not. No, if I wanted to,
He's like, step back.
if I want it for real though, when I'm like I want to jerk off, I can get hard, and then or I'm already hard when I go to jerk off because I'm like
So
just
then-
horned up.
Okay, so if you're worried about a mess, what do you do with the cum?
Oh, I mean, I'd clean up the cum. I'm not worried about a mess. It's just like I don't have to like get all this lotion off of me. Like I don't got. It's not that much cum. How much cum? How much cum are you coming? Are you like covered in cum when you bust?
You just said you came all over your chest and cried. So there's
No, my stomach.
I'm thinking your loads are bigger
you're
than
laying
mine.
down.
Hey, that's not fair though. That was his first ever load. Of
Yeah,
course
that's
it
true.
was
It's
a
been
lot.
backed up.
But I didn't cry. I just got dizzy.
How old were you? 12? That's 12 years worth of semen.
Yeah, dude.
At least 8.
I didn't cry.
Well, wait, hold on. My
At least
math's way
8
off.
months.
Yeah.
Anyways, my point was like they were talking about they're doing it dry, and I was like, bro, y'all gotta get with lotion because pretty much you're doing it probably in a bathroom
It just seems like too much
before
of a thing.
shower. But just listen, and you fucking lather it up with lotion. You get to going, and then I never knew you I didn't know there was an end. So I just the first couple times I was like,
See, I was
okay,
where you were,
now I'm
too.
bored. What else?
Yeah.
I didn't know. So the first, I don't know, 5 times I didn't finish. I didn't know there was a finish
Yeah.
line.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were like, they were talking about what they did with the cum, and I was like, oh, so there's other things involved. And I was like, where do I get the cum?
something else
And then
going
what do
on.
I do with it once I have it? And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do I
The
gotta,
first
do I
time,
gotta pour it in the pee hole and then?
I had no
See,
idea.
I didn't even know the first couple times. I didn't know it came out.
I
of
go
the peel.
purchase
I
some.
need to go
No
buy
idea.
cum?
I thought it just secreted. I was just like, it
I
just
had
comes
no
out. What's going on? Like pores. You know what I mean?
I didn't
That's
even-
honestly in my head what
I didn't
thought it
even
was.
know there was a
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing, right?
That actually makes sense.
and
And that's what I thought. That 100%.
and I get to finally get finished, and I'm getting close, and I'm like, whoa, and I feel like the drop in your body,
The euphoria,
dude, and I'm like, and I tell you,
dopamine
look,
rush.
I'm gonna do this off camera, just because I can show you an example. I'm close to the wall when I'm doing it. I'm like,
Such a weird
He was
place
in
to
front-
do
hey,
it.
the reason why is
He
I
was
have
in
my
front of the
foot
mirror.
door, so in case they come in, I
Yeah.
have my foot so they can't come in, and I go.
He's a thinker.
I fall head first into the bathroom door. They came.
Oh, they
They
came
came
in?
to the fucking door. You good? You've been in the shower 20 minutes. What happened to the door?
Oh, no.
I was like, I'm in the shower. It's okay.
Dude, I remember I used to be so terrified of. I remember I used to be so terrified of getting caught jerking off. I thought it would be like the end of my world. Like if my parents
Yeah.
knew I did this,
Yeah.
and then, oh man, it was just like you'd have thought I was like doing heroin after they went to bed or something. Because I was just like, I'm a monster.
Yeah.
Like you were sneaking around, or like
Oh,
you were just
yeah.
going after it?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you mean by on heroin?
Oh, I mean, it was just like
had to have-
in
it
my
was that
mind,
level
it
of-
was that level of like I am
yeah,
a
yeah.
I am a
Have you
bad
ever gotten
person.
cough?
Yeah.
Cough?
Were you-
I got caught like in middle school, like later, and
How many times?
only once.
Yeah, I
and
got
it-
caught only
and
once.
I didn't get full caught, but my mom like walked in, and I was like, I had like the blanket up or whatever. Like she couldn't see my penis, but like my dad made a comment about it in the morning. But he thought it was funny.
Yeah.
He was like, your mom told me to say something to you about jerking off. I was like, what do you want me to tell him to stop jerking off? And then that was it. And I was like,
Hey, that's a good
I was
one.
like,
Dad's
oh.
got a sense of humor.
I was like, oh, maybe it's like kind of normal. And like,
My grandpa kicked
I still
me out of
don't
his
like
house.
it though.
He caught me jerking off. He kicked me out of his house.
Good lord.
He said,
That's what I thought would
I
happen.
don't
Doing
have
that
no
shit in my house.
Ain't no sinners in my house.
Was it a...
My dad was like, did you ask him where he hides and does it?
Yeah.
He's like,
Were-
Jesus Christ.
Crazy.
Dude, I remember I was in the living room because the computer was right next to the TV in the living room, and when you open the front door, it's a straight shot to the road outside.
Yeah.
I have a bit about that.
Hey, and I'm
yeah.
the door's right here, and the road is right there, like how we're set up. But if the door's right there, and I'm jacking off, the computer's right here, and my dick is out. I mean, there's no.
That's insane.
I had no clothes on, no shirt, no
crazy.
nothing. I'm butt naked.
Jeez.
Because
I love janking it butt naked.
Hey, there's something risky about it. You know,
It
there's something-
feels
There's
like primal.
My man
That's
saying.
crazy.
And I
though,
had the day
being-
planned out, and I'm like, dude, I fucking got
the
this.
day planned
And I'm
out.
15 minutes in, and I'm just like, this is a good one. I'm gonna go for a little bit at least. And I hear the jingle, and it was quick. I was like, I must have left the door unlocked. It wasn't like put the key in, turn it. It was like they went and they pushed forward, and my dick was out, and they saw me, and I was
Oh
like,
wow.
it wasn't my mom or my dad. It was my dad's girlfriend, and hey, it wasn't even one of those good situations.
Yeah.
Did it happen?
He said no. He
Oh.
just said,
No. I don't like this lady at all. She immediately turned everything off.
Did you grow up in the church at all?
Yeah. My dad was a youth pastor for a while.
So that probably plays into the
Definitely.
the side of the
And it wasn't
is
even
bad.
just like a religious thing as much as it was like even now I'm just like I think it's a like shameful act in a way,
Yeah.
you know? Like it's not
feel that.
it's not cool. It's not
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Like kids at school
Actually,
used
it's
to brag.
honestly-
They used
it's
to
honestly
like.
healthy for you though. Like doctors have proven it's healthy.
No,
But,
I
like,
I get that, but I don't think
but
it's
it's not
healthy for
okay
your
to
brain.
get obsessed with.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's healthy to watch porn at all.
Yeah.
I think porn
Have
is
you
like
seen Riley
so
Reid?
bad. She's great, dude. That's the
Hey.
issue.
She's an athlete.
She's wonderful, and that's the problem.
I had a
I don't
conversation
watch
today at
porn.
work, and somebody said she was not that good. And
See, like
man, I had to go on lunch
Almost
early.
cried.
Yeah, I was like, hey, we are not friends no more.
how could you think that?
Yeah.
She's like.
I don't know, dude. He is a troubled individual.
Do you remember the first porn you saw?
I do because, I mean, like footage or magazine?
What was
I'm
like
old.
the first?
Magazine.
Damn, that's crazy. What's like the first thing? What was the first thing you jerked it to? Porn wise.
Okay,
because
so-
I was jerking off way before I was watching porn.
Okay, I have a few scenarios here. So me and my friends, when I lived in Jacksonville, I was 10 years old. We found a bag of magazines in the woods. It was all porn. I never got to jacket to those because we had to hide them in the woods, and we were all together at the time. So we're like, and it's daylight when we're
Like
hanging
a
out. We're not
jack-off
out
symbol.
in the woods
Yeah.
at night with flashlights.
Yeah.
But we were trying to divvy it up. By the time we got back to it, like the time we were going to divvy it up, they were gone. So I think whoever was hiding them out there found that we had moved them and found them again and took them.
Yeah.
The first time I remember having my own experience where I had time to do something with it, it was my dad's Playboy stash, and he had a lot. And I don't remember what magazine it was or who it was, but it did the work.
That's awesome, bro.
And then I also found his DVDs. And then, his DVDs. And I remember that on our DVD player, for whatever reason, it restarts wherever you left off, even if the DVD is not in the thing. So I always have to remember where to rewind it back to. But I remember it being a shower scene, and this girl was like covered in foam, but the dude was fucking her in the shower. And I was like, that's got to be better because it's wetter.
Oh, the
Come
worst.
to find out, later
The
on in
worst.
life, it is not that
Very
great.
counterproductive.
Yeah, like in theory, it looks great.
How does this much water make everything dry? What the fuck is going
Water's
on?
wet
Yeah.
until you get in there with the
It-
with
there's
a
no
lady, and then it's not
viscosity.
fucking wet.
There's
It's
no
like-
viscosity or
yeah,
whatever
dude,
that word
it's
is.
like-
Yeah. But that was that first situation. And then, like, I remember I was helping one of my mom's husbands at the time. We were moving into this place, and we were, like, cleaning it out. He left me there with my sister, and I'm cleaning the top of, like, the laundry room. They just bought the house. There was I think the magazine was called Lush. I think it's the porn. But it was, like,
Oh, that's just old school, dog.
it was like, bro, fucking prolapse and pissing and shitting
Wow.
and like it had some like it wasn't Playboy. It was like people were fucking.
Yeah.
You know,
There's
like,
like pictures of it.
yeah, it's a magazine.
That's crazy, dude. That's pretty cool.
It was
No, I was
opened
just
up
making- I
video
was
plays.
clarifying.
Yeah, they're really cool, but they stopped making
Animated.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
All
dude.
right. All right.
Hey, goes roast me on the
Very
podcast.
good.
That's
Very
fine.
good. Very good. Good work.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
One
dude.
time, a buddy of mine. So my mom had this like her best friend. So by default, me and her son were best friends. We were real close in age, like a year difference. And they lived in those apartments over there on Cerny Village is what it was called. And there used to be an old construction dump down there somewhere. I don't remember exactly. I don't know if it's still there or not. But it was like a dump, but it was for construction debris, pretty specifically. So he and I weren't allowed to really go there. And we're like, dude, we're like young. Like when I was younger, I had free reign. Like 5 years old, running in the woods, no supervision. Like my son is 5. I could not fucking fathom letting him go out of this house without me being there. But anyways,
they saw what you look like as a kid and was like, he'd be alright.
yeah, he'd be.
He'd be
There ain't nobody snatching that out of the
Yeah, dude.
motherfucker. So, anyways, I was like, I don't know, like 8, 9, and we snuck into the construction dump basically because we were told we weren't supposed to. So we definitely went in there, and we were doing our whole little, sneaking around thing, and we found this like trailer. It was like an old like modular, how they had like the office modules, whatever.
Yeah.
And so we went in there, and it was there to be dumped. It was, ransacked or whatever. But there was this drawer, and we opened it up, and fucking porno mags out the ass in there, dude. Just stacks
Damn.
and stacks. Yeah, I was like, oh. So they're just looking, and all of a sudden we hear his mom yell his name, and I'm like, before I can even go, hey, don't say nothing. He goes, come bang, and then just walks right on out of there. I got my ass tore up. Never got those nudie mags. Couldn't sneak them back to the house. I'm like, you fucking idiot, man.
That sounds something like a nightmare because you're like, man, you're at the fucking
the
treasure
Holy
island.
Grail, bro. Like,
And then there's no it's like when you're having a dream and you're like, oh wow, I just found all this money on the sidewalk. That's wild.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and you're still poor.
and your shit and your shit friend
Yeah.
instead of
Not
just letting,
clutch.
no.
That's wild,
That's
dude.
unfortunate.
And actually, it was funny is I was so young then that I didn't really know. I wasn't even really. I hadn't even really started jerking.
Did
off
your little
then.
wee wee get hard?
I don't even remember.
Y'all were all bricked up together. Y'all just hanging out.
No, man, because I
Someone
was more
clip
excited.
that.
I was more,
get hard?
I was more excited about this. I'd found this like cool knife or something, like a really cool knife, and I was more excited about that. And but yeah,
He goes, there's titties over here. I got a
titties.
knife.
I also
I'm
knew.
good.
I also knew that I'm not supposed to be looking at these boobies, but I was 9, so
How cool were
Maybe I was
y'all's
gay when I
parents
was
with
young.
like you watching a rated R movie with them?
Oh, brother.
oh, I would. My mom
I always had to be
haven't
turned
I
away.
still haven't watched a rated R movie.
like
You're like Top Gun 2? Not
dude,
gonna
6,
see it.
7
Couldn't
years
even watch
old watching movies, and the only time she'd cover my eyes, my mom would just cover my eyes, her physically, if there was tits or a sex scene. That's it. Watch Final Destination when it came out in 1999. So I'm 4 years old. We watched it.
Damn.
Watched the dude's head get chopped off. No fucking problem.
I think
Titties come on the screen.
I think my first experience with that, I was never allowed to watch like SpongeBob or anything like. I was very
Yeah.
sheltered.
My
as a
cousins
kid.
were like that.
This was last week.
Yeah, no, I mean but I was very sheltered as a kid, and I would go over to my grandparents' house. Like I pretty much spent the whole summer at my grandparents' house, and we were watching, and I played golf forever, right? So we were watching Caddyshack, and my grandma had walked out of the living room. I'm sitting there with my grandpa, and my grandpa's like half asleep in the chair, right? He does that like I'm resting my eyes thing, and so she walks out to go get something, and the scene where she's topless in bed, and he's like getting in bed with her, whatever comes on, and I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? Like, this first shit I've ever
You're like,
seen.
I'm being set up.
I'm like, what in the fuck is that? And I'm like making sure honey's not walking in, and she like from the kitchen, she calls and she's like, you can go ahead and fast forward through that, and I'm like, I don't know where the remote is.
You're like,
or
it's
whatever.
weirdly paused on this
Yeah,
scene.
I'm
I
like,
don't
damn,
know.
that's crazy. But that was like the first Yetis I ever seen, dude.
So
Hell yeah.
in that
those
movie.
were the first I'd seen like that.
Yeah.
But the first I started jerking it
Yeah.
to, Titanic.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
Classy.
sad.
Classy, bro.
I mean, yeah, classy.
yeah, classy.
What
Kate
was it-
Winslet's big old boobies out there.
What was the
just
first
like-
boobies we all saw in the wild, like in nature? Like in real?
In the real world?
Yeah. Like anybody get flashed?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Did I remember I was upstairs in Stoddard Place Apartments across from Liberty Church on
Oh,
Blue
yeah.
Angel?
Yeah.
I'm in there with my buddy Aaron, and I'm like kind of newer friends with Aaron. Like he's a friend of my buddy Tyler. But Aaron was a wild kid, and his dad was like a trucker, and his dad's there for the weekend. So we're staying in Stoddard Place Apartments, and we're on the second story, and we're supposed to get up with this girl named Jonica and this other girl. I don't even know the fucking other girl's name. I can't remember.
That's tight.
I'm gonna keep my comments.
That's for loud library, sir.
And we hear a fucking rock hitting the window. And we're like, what the fuck? So we look out, and they're like, come out. And we're like, we're trying. Like, hold on. We're waiting for the dad to go to... We're out having to, like, fucking bird signal shit this down to her. And then she goes... Both of
out
them.
the window?
Hell
I mean, from down there?
Yeah, they're street level.
Damn, that's... Oh.
Both of them flashed us.
Makes more sense.
And I'm like... And we already
That adds
have,
up.
like... Yo, this one's for you, this one's for you. Because that's how the vibes were.
yeah,
Oh,
dude.
wow.
So, like,
That's awesome.
they're flashing for both of us individually, but we're also seeing the other pic.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, good for you, dude.
Y'all
Fucking-
Y'all take
yeah.
off real quick. And you're like,
Locked
all
up,
right.
dog. And we're like, well, we have to get out tonight. We're never able to get out because, like, Dad, like,
That
slept in the
sucks.
living room. So we were, like, fucked.
That
Second story, there was no getting out. There was no emergency exit, nothing. Damn, so, saw boobies from a second story building and was like, that's
tight.
awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Nobody else saw boobies for the first time and didn't get to touch them? Nothing?
First time I saw boobs in real life, I sucked on them.
I think the
Really?
first time I
That's
felt
I mean, I've
sick,
seen.
I felt
I
sick
had
before
seen
I
them. My
saw them.
friends, like sisters, had flashed like us and shit, like just kids not knowing what was going on.
I must have been
And
too much
then-
of a little perv or something. I don't know. That never happened to me.
A lady flashed you and you're like,
He's like 9 years old or something. Yeah, no, I think the
so
first time I ever, I felt him, like, stuck a hand under the shirt before I saw him. You know what I mean?
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was my...
Mhm.
I'd done that.
Yeah, that was, like, my
making out with
first.
girls in
Y'all
middle
ever
school.
seen?
Yeah,
Y'all ever seen
like-
your family member's tit?
oh yeah, for sure,
It
dude.
saw my grandma's tit one time. Ruined my life.
That was rough.
It's aggressive.
Yeah,
That was rough.
Now, when I say family member, I say my mom.
I mean,
because,
like mom is kind of like to be expected.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
Definitely
that.
seen my mom's tits, but
You,
like
you remember your dad's dick?
No, I don't. Thank God.
So listen.
Thank God I don't have that.
You never
picture in my
showered with your
mind.
father when you were a baby?
I don't
remember
think
being
so.
burned into my.
I
I
level
don't think
enough
so,
to
but
be
it's
able-
never enough to where I have that picture in my mind, and I'm really grateful for that.
Word. I
Now that
remember
I
it
think
being
about
just
it.
like, all right, dude, I gotta be like right here in the shower.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah, I never had that.
Yeah, I always stood by the faucet part because then you're
I
out
wanna
of the
cut that
water and you're not getting hit by any projectile kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Definitely.
fucking,
Oh yeah.
That's wild.
you're right there as a punching mechanism. Get too close, dog. Don't get too close.
What's up, motherfucker?
Yeah,
Hit him with a one.
it's like Chael Sonnen when he's like with Wonderland. He's like, I can't let you get close. Fucking-
You're bobbing and weaving dicks in the
Yeah,
shower.
yeah, yeah. No, I can't let you get close.
Like a tiny prisoner.
Yeah.
Oof.
Dude, it was fucking wild growing up, bro. There any insane wild stories from childhood?
I lit the woods on fire when I was.
Dude, I had a
You
friend-
lit the woods on fire?
Yeah, when I was 5.
You're a criminal, bro.
And they still let you out after that?
Listen,
Your parents were just like, nah, he's still good.
No, he's a
Yeah.
good
No,
boy.
that only happened
What?
once. That only happened once. He's
Hey,
good.
hey,
to be
God.
fair,
He got it out of his
I was
system.
like,
I
holy
did.
shit.
I did. It only did happen once. No, I was 5. I was living off Gulf Beach Highway. My parents were living in this really bad, like, rundown house.
You didn't do that fucking Blue Angel burning, did you?
No.
By Jones's Swamp?
No, this one actually
Okay.
was able to be put
I
out.
was gonna say
night.
that one was wild.
No. It burnt the lot that we were on. And so it was like an acre lot.
I just burned everything my family owned. It was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
nothing crazy.
Yeah, it was like an acre lot, and had this little shack on it that we were staying in at the time. And me and my friend were playing outside. It was like it was kind of like bamboo, like all in the woods and shit.
Word.
And it was on like a corner lot, but it was still, you know, it was very overgrown. And we were like, he's like, I know where your parents keep the matches. And he's
Hell
like, do you
yeah.
want to play with them? And I was like, fuck yeah, bro. And so like
He's a good friend.
we light them up, and we're lighting leaves on fire and then dumping sand because it was real sandy.
Yeah.
And we're dumping sand on them, and then like moving and just doing that. And then he goes
turn around.
He goes and he
It's like,
puts
what
it.
happened, RJ? Oh,
He goes and he puts it to this bamboo
ran out of
bush,
sand.
and it's dry bamboo. And it just, I'm talking, dude, the match, like as soon as it hit it, it just like taller than us. It lit so
Yikes.
fast. And we're both like screaming, and we're like throwing sand on it, and he's like coughing and crying. And I'm like,
Pizza,
throw
bitch.
sand on it. We're about to get in so much fucking trouble. Stop.
Yeah.
Throw sand. And yeah, fire department had to come out and fucking hose down the
Damn.
woods, bro. My
Oh,
dad,
that
my
was
mom
deep.
both took turns whipping my ass. Then I had to go to community service. I had to go to a fire department.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
At 5 years old, a punishment, I had to wash a truck.
Yeah, that's the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I got to
Yeah.
wash the fire truck. That was pretty cool. But then they did make me watch a 45-minute video on burn victims. That shit was weird. It
Word.
was pretty rough. Like dudes without ears and noses.
Yeah,
and,
5 years old. I'm sure that was
Yeah,
probably
it was
Yeah,
just
so
like-
I literally like
Yeah.
it scared me so bad, that part, that I was just like, yeah, I never fucked with fire after that.
It was a video of that Michael Jordan guy, or Michael Jackson guy, the burn victim kid. I hate to
Yeah,
say it.
yeah.
Full circle there.
The callback, very good.
That's wild, dude.
It's
crazy
probably
shit.
not even one
Dude,
of the
we-
wildest things.
When I was sleeping, like, I only exclusively grew up in trailers. If you listen, you would know that. Trailer boy. But
I grew up in a trailer.
in the trailer next to us, one night a dude drove up, like, and the neighbors had been gone for whatever reason. They were gone that weekend, but their animals were still there. Dude threw something inside. We were all asleep, so all we heard was the glass breaking and then skirting off. So it was like somebody caught what the car was like a Lincoln something, and they threw something in, and then burned the fucking thing to the ground. I remember waking up, like Tiffany waking me up in the middle of the night because I was pouring sweat. Like I didn't know. I just thought I was in a dream. Yeah. And when I woke up, the fucking room and everything is lit up.
Wow.
Like, why the fuck is it so bright? Did I oversleep or something?
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m. in the morning. We couldn't even stand on our front porch. It was so fucking hot.
Wow.
Yeah, we had to get out into the road and walk down a little bit and watch it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It is insane. Still, no idea why.
Yeah.
They never
crazy.
came back. We never saw the people again. They weren't inside. They didn't die.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did it as they were moving.
Your folks were in with some rough people, dog.
Dude.
That's crazy.
104 or 10105 Cedar Creek Drive, dog. You don't want to run. It's fucking
Creek Drive, dog.
tough times, dog.
Jeez.
We ain't no Silver Hill. That's fucking next door. They had some nice. They had houses. It was like brick and shit.
Yeah.
Those
Foundations and
pussies
stuff.
in there.
Yeah, like if we had a hurricane, we're sleeping in the fucking ditch. Like we were like boogie boarding and shit. They were inside. So it's cool.
No,
We all had
that's fine.
perks growing up.
That's fine.
They had AC. It's cool.
Man, I lived in a trailer. That was fun. We weren't with other trailers though. We were like back in the woods.
Yeah.
But it's weird.
Back in the woods trailers.
Yeah.
That's how ours was, but it was like you're like you take a left off a dog track and left on Tan, left on Aura, and then you're on Cedar Creek Drive.
Yeah.
Everything's lefts.
Yep.
And then everything's right to get out.
Oh man, I grew up in that area too.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there was a forest fire near us. I now understand.
You should have just said,
I
yeah,
burnt
that
the
was
trailer
me.
down.
Yeah, you should
Unsolved mystery.
We had a
Explain
burnt down
that.
house in our neighborhood, and it was like more and more dilapidated as like time went on. But like when we first found it, it was like it looked like it was just burned down standing. Like everything was fine. It was still there.
Right.
You could like walk into the rooms and everything. By the time like I ended up moving out, I was like 17. The roof like fell through, but still parts of it was standing. So it was like you're walking around the roof and the like patio and everything was together, and you're just walking around like just like the fucking walls with nothing there, and it was crazy. Like porcelain tub still there.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, people lived here, and who knows if they fucking
One of my
died here.
favorite things to do when Ivan hit was go to some of those things and just be like, holy shit, like,
Dude, yeah.
like, oh
What
my
was
God,
that place
this
off the old Gulf Beach Highway that was like something manor? It was like destroyed. It was great houses, but they were like just fucking leveled.
Oh yeah.
Like Grand Manor or something.
Something like that. And then Rod and Reel might have been there. Maybe it was Rusty's. It was a restaurant that used to be back there behind my grandpa's store. Do you know where the Perdido Kids Park is?
Yeah.
So the store across the street's my grandpa's. He's owned it since like 79. And behind on that road back behind there where the condo is used to be like a restaurant. You know,
Oh, word. It's like right there on a curve.
I didn't
and
know
it was
that.
like a wooden restaurant. It was on top of a bunch of pylons.
Yeah.
And it was fucking gone, dude. The
My-
whole restaurant gone.
My grandma's place was like right
That's the first time I ever saw
where
a
the
dead
big
body
red
in person.
barn was. You saw him like at the hurricane?
Yeah, I saw. We was at my grandpa's
Holy fuck.
because I was helping my dad was helping my grandpa work on the store, and there were police down at the water because you could see the water from the store, and there were police down there, and so me and my friend were just walking. We didn't really know what was going on. We saw them pull a body out of I think it was two of them. I think it was a man and a woman. Pull bodies out of the water. Load them up on the gurneys. It was fucking. We were like,
That's gnarly.
it
I
is
still
like that pins
remember
and
that.
needles feeling. Like I didn't even do anything wrong, but I felt like I
Yeah.
was in so much trouble.
I still remember seeing the first dead body, and I was like 6, probably 5 or 6.
In
And it
person?
wasn't. And I was in a car, and it was a motorcycle accident, and it was in the middle of the
Oh,
road.
see, I don't count
But
those
it-
because it's like,
but seeing a body on the ground
Yeah.
and it not covered up, and you drive, and it's like right fucking there. You know what I mean? And the
Yeah,
ambulance is
yeah.
backed up to it, and
Yeah, I've
driving
seen
by it, and
that.
you're like, "What the fuck?" And I still remember exactly where like even
Taylor's
being that young.
grandpa just passed away on Easter. Passed away that morning, and so we had this funeral, and the kids went to his wake. You know,
Yeah.
and looked, and I just was like,
you want to see a dead body?
I gave him the option.
Yeesh.
We gave him the option, like, hey, if you guys don't feel comfortable, whatever. But
Yeah.
it's just it's crazy to see their look, because it's hard to explain to them everything,
What's
and the
going on.
finality of everything. And
Yeah.
I remember that's really the only dead body I've seen up close is my grandma in an open casket funeral, and I was just like, it looked so not like her just because of all the fucking bullshit that they do,
Makeup
and it's
and
like,
shit.
I remember they were like, if you want to go, like, you can go look if you want, you don't have to though, and I was like, no, I want to go see her one more time, and I was just like, man, fuck this shit. What's the point of having an open? She doesn't look anything like herself. She looks like a disgusting dead body right now. Like, why did you?
You're like,
why are we
wrap up
doing this?
grandma.
Yeah, I'm like, this is wrong.
the casket.
Like, close
He's
this
like-
shit. She's
Yeah.
dead. Like,
He's doing this bit there.
yeah. I'm like on a stool. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
He's 6
No.
years old. Who the fuck did this
Yeah.
to grandma?
But seriously, like, I was just like, well, this was stupid to do. Like, this is like a desecration almost, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like it because of all the post death.
It's tough to see
weird
anybody
stuff.
not in the like highest regard that you remember them. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I think of somebody, I always think of the best of them. I don't think of the worst of them. Like when my grandparents were dying when I was younger, and my dad always went to the hospital. Like my grandma was dying for a long time. For whatever reason, she just stayed in the hospital for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He'd go for like 4 months straight, like every single day after work. And I'm like, he'd invite me, and I'm like, I went like maybe 4 times, but I'm like, I just can't. Like,
It's tough.
that's not who I know, and I don't mean that disrespectfully to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Like, I love you, and I want to be there for you, but it's like,
Yeah. It's
I
also
don't know
you-
how to be there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to remember them in the best
Yeah.
sense. You know what I mean? You don't want to see them all laid up in a bed and not be able
Yeah,
to talk.
my
and shit.
grandpa
It's
had this picture of my grandma all like when she was like on the verge of death, like disgustingly sick, and he had it like huge printed out like in the house, and I'm just like, this isn't the display. Like, don't
Right.
This
but
isn't.
but you got to understand, especially for people like that. That's,
I get it.
you know what I mean?
He's
Like-
dead though. I ain't gonna hurt his feelings.
oh yeah, no. But because I'm just thinking of like, you
We
know,
could use the listen, though.
Taylor's her mom and her grandma, and how upset they were, and it is that one last goodbye, even though they don't look like themselves. Especially considering at a funeral, they may not look like themselves, but if they're sitting in a bed for any extended period of time, they don't look like themselves anyways.
Yeah.
And they don't want to die alone. You know, they don't want to die there without their loved ones seeing them.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I got lucky. My grandma died in her sleep, so she was like super cool, happy, all that stuff, and then just one day she wasn't there no more.
I feel like if you're in that situation and you are like actively going to die, like they're like pretty much come to the consensus that like, hey, you are not gonna make it. They should let you like medically suicide like off of morphine or something.
We had a podcast about that.
Really?
We talked
You guys
about
must
that.
listen.
Yeah.
Oh, don't listen. Fake friends.
They're really.
Hey man,
To be fair,
do
it's
you even know what
really
episode this
shitty.
is gonna be? Fake friends.
69.
No,
Oh.
we're actually getting close to 200.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
this will
know
be
that.
192.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Crazy
bro.
shit, man.
How long have you been doing it now?
Since we've been releasing these, have been February
21.
5th of 21.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. I
2
love
years now.
how there's like, isn't it cool how there's just so many hours of your thoughts now?
Dude,
It is
like-
cool, but
like
it's also
you're-
like
The first year we got the report from like the hosting service that we do, they were like, you have like so many odd hundreds of hours on our website, and I was like,
That's
God
wild.
damn,
It's
dude, that's a
Yeah,
lot of talking.
it's a pretty cool like legacy thing. I feel like
Yeah.
even if it doesn't go anywhere, it's
Yeah.
like with my podcast, I'm like, even if this doesn't turn into anything,
Do you
I'm
want to
gonna
know
be
who
a
I
dead
am?
person one day.
Started episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
a dead person one day, and then it's like, this is cool. Not many people have this many of their thoughts recorded.
I remember like one of my favorite things growing up was just being around my dad and watching him talk to his friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just listen, they could have been talking about fucking Jones's Swamp or just fucking anything, doing a motor swap on something, or like where are we getting beer this weekend, and I was just like, yes, I don't know any of this.
that's crazy.
Yeah, talk about it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like wild, bro.
Isn't it funny that we all hated talk radio growing up?
I loved it.
I loved it. Like
Oh,
Lex
I-
and Terry was one of my fucking
Rick and Bubba,
That-
dude.
I was like,
dude. Do you remember watching
music.
or listening to Howard Stern when you were a kid, and then he came out with the movie
Yeah,
like Living Big or something like that?
big in the big city, Howard Stern in the big city, or something like that.
Yeah, dude, that was insane to me. I was like, it never. I never understood the concept of how you even become a person talking on the radio. I was like, that. It's beyond fathomable. Like, I could not even.
I listened to Rick and Bubba, like,
Rick and Bubba, dude.
from before I was born until, like, I remember driving to high school listening to that. Like, I don't listen anymore just because I've, you know, I don't.
What station is that?
Sunny 105.
Yeah.
Now they're on.
What is
Now
it,
they're
like soft
streaming.
rock or something?
Yeah,
What is it? Soft rock country? What is
Yeah,
it?
it's
was like
soft rock.
stuff.
Or-
But
I was a TK guy myself. You know, the rock
you know.
station, bro. We ain't no pussies.
I like getting really high and listening to like a talk radio from the 90s, like finance or something, where people are just like they're talking about the most like it's something from like a long time ago, and it's super specific, and
Like,
and I have no idea what they're talking about,
yeah.
but in a way, it's just like it's cool to be like, wow, this was decades before I was alive, and these people are talking just like people talk on podcasts now. Like they're like it's an oddly humanizing thing. You
The
know?
shit you like to listen to, you're like, yo, dude, I'm thinking about calling cards. I'm thinking about 10, 10, 220. I'm thinking about
Reaganomics, like
Yeah.
all this stuff. Yeah, like Reaganomics ruined this country, and it's like all this like
You start having
all this
opinions
funny-
of things you don't even know don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
You're like, I
dude.
fucking, and you start bringing it up in conversation. They're like,
I start talking
what?
about the gold standard and shit. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's just funny
You're like,
to me.
do you understand why we don't even do metrics over here? And they're like, you good, dude? Like, you want to talk about something?
I also love broadcasting because like talk radio is like the Alex Jones type people. Like
Yeah.
obviously like I don't agree or believe everything Alex Jones says. Duh. But he is entertaining as fuck, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
His show is so good because he's like, he's amazing. He's hilarious. Like, he goes on these tangents. He has a September 12th, 2001. Check it out. Freaking check that
Did you
episode
check the
out.
date, what he
Dude,
just
that's-
said, though?
Oh yeah.
Put the date
Yeah,
together,
yeah, yeah.
bro.
Dude, that episode, that
You're right.
episode hits, dog.
That's
and
crazy.
he predicts a few things that come eerily true, but
Dude, there's a lot of things that he talks about
There's-
that you just, like, kind of throw away, but do, like, have
Yeah.
some validity to.
he was getting information from somewheres that was right for a long time, but he was also getting information from La La Land.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think it was one of those things where he had a government informant, and then the government was also fake informing him to where it was like also
Hey.
this weird shit, you know?
Yeah. So
to
you
make
can get
him-
some
Throw in
shit
the
out
So
there.
he can like
Well,
a
try
lot
to
of
discredit
people
him.
like that, like
Yeah.
they'll have a guy on the inside. The government doesn't know who their guy on the inside is, so they create another guy on the inside who tells them the fakest, dumbest shit ever, so that people are like, "See, you're an idiot."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's
Like
fun
The
because it's
Departed.
like it's like
The
a
rat.
weird, obscure
Chasing the
time
rat, bro.
capsule.
That's true.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
What is the thing?
The Departed.
Oh, The Departed. I just heard you say the rat chasing the rat, and I was like, that's true. The Departed is a fucking awesome movie. I really didn't see it ending that way, and that hurt my feelings.
Oh yeah,
That
no,
elevator pause open, you're
I'm
like,
just like, okay, yeah. So I guess my feelings don't matter. Fuck you guys.
yeah. I just wasted 3 hours of my fucking life.
I'm invested in this dude.
Yeah.
But the very end is actually pretty satisfying. So
Yeah, it's nice.
Marky Mark helps us out.
Yeah, fucking. Have y'all seen The
The
Departed?
good
No.
vibrations. You know
Have
what I'm
y'all
saying?
you seen Heat?
Which
Ooh,
one?
What is that?
Heat with Robert De Niro?
Yeah.
Bro, one of the greatest movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get on that.
They definitely don't make movies like they used to.
Yeah, no.
Like holy shit, they don't make
Not
anything like they
long,
used to.
long play movies like that where you're looking at like multiple storylines and you're like, how is this going to interweave with each
You
other?
know something else too is that everything is so reliant on CGI. They've gone away from the practical effects, which just gave the movie a
Yeah.
whole new dynamic.
Dude, one of the last great franchises where it was like everything was like they had to do it live is like Lethal Weapon, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Lethal Weapon was like one of the last times, and it was never new enough where CGI was like actively gonna make a role in. Like maybe
Like,
if they do it now, but it'd probably be like
if you think about it,
weird.
like if you watch some of these old like documentaries, because I'm a documentary person. Subject matter sometimes matters, but not so much.
Yeah.
But I really like movies and stuff, like the Nightmare on Elm Street series. Like watching all the small details and things they did to make those movies come alive and pop because they didn't have CGI in the
they had to like make animatronic
things and revolving, rotating rooms, and they went to this old swimming pool in a college or a high school and built a deck all around it, and so they had a basement for a certain scene, and just like the ingenuity and not in front of a green screen or not in front of a with the green ball and you're looking at a card and you got to pretend. It's just adds a different element, and I think it helps the acting more too.
I think movies suck.
Yeah, well, that's just because you have no taste.
Have you ever seen The Shining?
He's 19 and look what he's wearing.
Dude, The Shining, bro. Yeah.
Taste doesn't matter.
You should move back to Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Get a tighter wife beater, bro.
Oh.
Yeah. Your nipples are dying, dude. They're just.
Give a peek for the
Damn.
I got some hair on too, man.
Damn.
Dude,
man.
one last really cool question I wanted to ask you guys. Should never say that again.
Cool questions. Cool questions with Cody.
If you could win one major title of anything in the world, whether it's like the majors or it's fucking Daytona 500, Super Bowl, WWE title, what would it be and why and when? Because it can have already happened or it hasn't happened yet. Like you could win the 2050 majors.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could win the 100th anniversary of something that hasn't happened yet.
It'd be cool to NBA MVP, whatever year. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, if I played in the NBA, like, that'd be cool. That'd be amazing.
That's the thing you missed out on was basketball?
Dude, my best life would be being a professional basketball player.
Okay.
That would make me. That would be.
It's starting to add
that
up
would
now.
be. What?
You do look like you're riding the bench, waiting to get in on a playoff game.
Yeah. I'll take it.
What was that movie Adam Sandler?
As long as I'm in the arena, dude.
Uncut Gems?
Uncut Gems?
No. The trainer
basketball?
one, where he's the manager for the dude. Never mind.
I don't know that one.
It's okay.
This guy doesn't watch movies, so he don't know.
Yeah, don't even ask
He's
him.
like, I don't like
Hey, bro, he
watching
balls,
movies
dude.
because it's boring. Why are you gonna watch something for 2.5 hours? I'm like, but what do you like? TV shows? Yeah. So you'll watch something
Not
for
really.
10 fucking hours?
I don't really. The only shows I've
filler
ever.
episodes. It doesn't matter.
But I guarantee you.
It doesn't matter what.
But I
you
can watch
think,
it for like 20
sir.
minutes and then be done.
What about a playoff game?
What fucking?
Yeah, but that's real life.
Bro, do you understand? All right.
What about a comedy
Watch
special?
Heat and tell me you don't feel something.
No, dude,
You can't
I
just
get what
drop
you're saying.
everything
I get
30
what you're saying.
seconds
No,
and
there's
drop
good
everything in your
movies.
life and run away when
There-
they each right around the corner.
There's good movies. Yeah, obviously
Fucking-
there's good movies. There's movies that make me feel things. I have favorite movies.
You're
but,
like, I've seen.
but I don't.
Finding
I
Nemo.
think it's like for me, like it's just a very like boring format.
Yeah, because scrolling on TikTok's so much better.
I'm so pissed. He's gonna come out of retirement, bro. He's gonna win the house, dude. He's undefeated, dude.
He's gonna
Where did
drop
that come
some- I don't know. He's just gonna drop it on me.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't send me 6
TikToks.
YouTube shorts a day.
dude, I'm saying.
Bro, YouTube Shorts are just fucking. those things
I
are a
like
problem,
YouTube.
dude.
I like YouTube Shorts because you go down these like you find like a video with like 9 likes on it, and it's just
Yeah.
like some 13-year-old boy at middle school like in the bathroom, like what up? And I find
on.
like
Fits the pedo
Yeah. No,
the
it's
pedo
adding up
thing.
now too, for sure.
I like obscurity, or it's
like
an old
watching
man,
little-
or it's an
always
old
finding
lady,
shit.
or it's an old lady. But for real, I like finding
y'all
people
seen-
with like 20 subscribers that just
Yeah.
like spam the like retard shit, and it's
Yeah.
like it's so.
And
y'all
you
seen-
don't listen to our podcast?
Have y'all seen the? Have y'all seen the guy on TikTok? That's the what's he called? The Everglades guy.
Oh.
And he walks barefoot in
fucking-
Everglades,
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
like, "Oh, look at this little guy." And he's
That dude
like
makes
picking
me
up
want to go
snakes.
outside
I
so
don't
bad.
And he's like, "Oh, look at this swamp puppy," and there's a fucking
thought you were
gator
talking
swimming
about
right
something
underneath it. Oh, it's
completely different.
awesome.
Different, completely.
That's the shit
different.
that I fill my head with most of the time. That or stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Dude, there's so much fucking content, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, some of it is just like I just really wish this didn't exist.
Try to start again.
I was gonna ask about the major. Or
Oh,
just-
yeah. We totally got off topic of that. You said
Yeah.
NBA MVP.
Yeah, man, that'd be great.
Okay.
Dude, I have no idea.
That really wasn't a major title. That's just like an individual title.
What's a major title then?
like a Super Bowl, NBA championship.
Oh,
Like
my
the
bad.
only reason I said major for him is because he's golfing, and you can't win it as like a. Like, there's no team golf, is there?
Yeah.
All right. We're live on air. Dude.
Yeah. No,
Well, you could
definitely
win the
is.
PGA Tour. That's a big thing.
But
Right?
that's
Yeah.
But you're not MVP of the tour because
Masters,
you probably
right?
won the thing.
I don't
Because you
know.
won
Wait,
the
there's
I know
there's
nothing
there's
about golf.
many different. There's the FedEx Cup winner. There's the
All
Ryder Cup
fuck
winners.
golf. You know what I'm saying?
There's the PGA
Who's on-
Championship.
Who's on that
There's-
with me, right?
There's all kinds of different.
Okay,
shit.
but you would just be like secondary title. Cool, that's fine.
I don't even need to. I don't even need
I
to
want
start.
the cruiserweight championship.
God, y'all are the lamest, dude.
No, actually, I really don't even know. I mean, I guess because I fight, you'd say UFC championship.
Yeah,
Word,
that'd be-
you wouldn't want a boxing thing?
Boxing is just
UFC would make
I
you
feel
way
like your
more
background
money.
is more boxing. Like you are.
It
efficient.
just depends.
What'd you say?
I mean, outside of the sport. If
Hold
you're
on.
the big
I
shot
don't
in
know,
the
dude.
UFC and the big shot boxer, I don't know,
Gervonta
maybe
Davis and
internationally.
Ryan Garcia just did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys for that last
Yeah.
one. Ain't nobody in the UFC doing that right now. Not even Conor.
Yeah, but like think about like
Well, Conor-
if Gervonta Davis
well-
started a whiskey, it wouldn't do like.
I
don't
bet
think-
your ass.
hey,
it
they
would
don't
have won.
start. Well,
Whoa! He's gonna do a gin, brother. Woo! I'll take the heat off you. Let me think of something more racist. He's gonna do a crack.
Hennessy.
He's gonna start a crack.
He's gonna start a
Anyways,
crack.
he's gonna start a crack.
Start his own label of crack. Fuck.
Damn, dude,
gonna-
that was like
Dude.
subliminal racism
Whoa,
right
brother.
there.
Holy shit.
They're gonna start a,
Damn.
gonna start a
Damn,
420 line.
I'm so
Fuck.
sorry.
Gervonta
I am so
Davis.
sorry, dude. That was totally my fault. I don't even know what I was talking
respect
about.
Y'all,
you
y'all
for
watch that
taking
fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You didn't watch the fight?
No.
I
What
only
did I
caught
watch?
like
I
30
watched
seconds
that
of
part
round
of
2 and then like 15 seconds.
So
of round
best
3.
rounds were round
highlights.
2, round 7.
I watched like highlights.
Oh, I saw the important parts of the fight, but the stream
I mean, those
kept
were the
going
best
down.
parts. The rest of them.
The one you paid for?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it had a weird lag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
yeah.
that happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Happens.
too many people try to buy it once. 1.4 million or whatever. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's a lot on the pay-per-view stream service.
It seemed like a lot of people bought the same one I had. And I was like, hey guys.
Back her down.
Yeah. Back her down, dude.
Yeah.
So what you said UFC title?
Yeah, I mean, boxing title's cool. There's just so many of them. I guess UFC is more centralized because, like,
Yeah.
you win a WBA title, but you got the IBO, IBF, WBA, WBO, all that bullshit. So it's like you have to have all of them to have any
quite
type
a
of
few.
real recognition. But the UFC champ's UFC champ, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Also,
that's-
MMA is easier than boxing at that level.
No, what's yours?
Mine is definitely the Masters, but the 2034 Masters probably because that's their like 100th year anniversary.
Oh
So
wow,
that's like a big deal.
yeah.
But being a part of the like Green Jacket Club and like getting to play out there.
How
and
funny
shit.
would it be if Liv takes him out before then?
Dude, I don't think I mean it would be funny, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I love what Liv is doing with the sport. Like I love that side of it. Did y'all see there was just a hole in one on their last. They were playing in Australia, and Chase Koepka made a hole in one, and they threw. Dude,
I saw
They
that.
have music playing on the tee box. They're like everybody's dancing around. He makes a hole in one, and there's like 150 people that are throwing their beer on Chase Koepka as he's like freaking the fuck out, dude.
Yeah,
It was
that's
the
awesome.
coolest
It looked
fucking
like they
thing
were
ever.
riding it almost.
Yeah, dude, it was, but yeah, there's something about the Augusta National, like the Masters, that just like
I like legacy stuff like
Yeah.
that, where it's like there's just some like you can't buy 100 years of existence,
Right,
man.
yeah.
You just can't.
And
Like,
there's still something so
something
cool to me
special.
too about the like how exclusive it is, how like you're only invited, how I mean tickets go on sale. You get drawn for a lottery ticket, to go, and it costs like $75, which they could charge like thousands of dollars. Everything's still there. Are prices that they were in like the 1950s. It's like there's something cool about the whole.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just attractive. But yeah, that would.
All right, what about
definitely
you?
be it.
I don't know.
I want
would-
to change mine. Sorry, keep going.
I put in a lot of thought to this, and I think I would want to win the AVN award for best comedy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Mark Twain.
Do you understand what that is?
What?
The adult films.
Oh,
Best
I didn't
comedy.
That's
know
what I
that.
was like, AVN.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was.
Oh.
I thought it was like birds.
Yeah, avian. I was like, avian,
Big avian
okay.
guy.
Bird
Big bird
comedy.
AVN.
Yeah.
Adult Video Network.
Mm-hmm.
If I knew what that was, it would have been a good joke.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry, I don't watch the porn awards.
Well,
That's
you would have
wild,
saw I
man.
won it this year. So it's
I still want it in the minute.
There's only
I think
There's one
okay,
nomination.
maybe instead of the NBA thing, it would also be cool to be a Formula One, like win the Formula One
Oh, that'd
Grand
be
Prix,
sick.
dude. Because like
Look at that soft ass shit, bro. I cannot deal.
you talk about money.
Glitch right before he gets hit in the head, like we've never seen it before. Like we don't watch dudes on Monday Night Football fucking cream each other.
Hey,
It's
nobody
crazy.
can see what you're
Oh
talking
wait,
about.
you're
I
talking
know,
about
I'm
wrestling.
talking
I was
about
like,
wrestling.
what
Yeah,
the
I was like,
fuck?
It's like
Are
you
you
having
on
a
their
stroke?
head?
You said Formula One, I shut down. I'm like, no one watches
And he was
that
like
shit.
cream on their
dude,
head,
I
dude.
don't know, man.
Do you know how
F1
many
is one of the
bitches
fucking-
Lewis Hamilton gets?
He's one of the biggest.
He posts videos
fucking-
in his crib, like partying after the races, and it's just like, dude, that European superstar lifestyle has to be insane, bro.
It's crazy, dude. And the amount of people that watch that, like, that is one of the longest
Mm-hmm.
existing sports.
It really is.
Period.
Yeah.
You know
If
what
you
I mean?
go,
Like,
sorry,
But you also have to be rich going into it.
yeah, you
You
can't.
cannot be poor.
Yeah, I mean,
You
You have to
kinda
be backed
can,
by money.
You're
but
right.
you. I think the way they start is like racing little carts as
Yeah.
kids, and then they find who has the talent. But it does definitely seem like how do you just start racing carts? You know.
Yeah.
You're gonna start. It's gonna start even sooner than that nowadays. It's gonna be like fucking kids with hoverboards.
Yeah, oh, dude,
Going
and
around
the
a
like
fucking
simulators
Walmart.
and shit they have
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean? Like $10,000 simulators of like 9-year-olds just like,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I couldn't fucking play a game in an arcade because we were so poor. But like, they got simulators for kids.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
fine.
But that's a good one though. The F1 stuff is fucking. That shit's crazy.
Dude, I don't know if I could realistically do it because I actually used to race dirt track. I think winning like a NASCAR championship would be pretty cool. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fun racing. You actually hitting people and shit. Like in NASCAR, it's like if you hit somebody, it's gonna fuck up your race. You can't just be bumping the whole race.
Right.
The dirt track,
It does.
you can rub the whole fucking time. You can like steal momentum from people, push them against the guardrail. There's no like yellow flags or nothing. You're just fucking
You're ripping,
yeah, dude.
and tearing, baby.
I got second place at the Strawberry 50 in Loxley. I had that
bro, the
trophy
strawberry
for-
50.
Dude, the Strawberry 50, it was a big deal to me. I won first place in the first heat, and that's where you like qualify. So I qualified third because the heat I was in was the third heat. So that the first place in that was the third starter on the pole. And then I
Good
got
bunch
second
of
place
math.
in the overall race, which was dope as fuck. I won $50.
Damn,
You had the
dude.
Strawberry 50.
I got
overlap.
money in a
That's
picture,
fucking
bro.
tight.
That's pretty
I did
cool.
big things,
That's
dude.
tight, man.
I was 15, bro.
Professional racer,
Yeah, I had seen titties at that point, bro.
grown man.
Not a nerd like
Knows
you.
What the fuck he's doing, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, that's tight, man. I love it.
Titties and racing, bro. You
Yeah,
sound
I was-
like Southern boy.
Fucking eastbound and down.
Yeehaw!
You know?
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not that interesting. I just like fighting and combat sports or combat type shit. Full contact sports, I guess, would be the best way to put it.
Dude, we gotta get a super fight, you and fucking Cam.
Yeah, let's do it.
At least like a paid sparring match. Like, stream it. $5 a stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Put that up.
let's do it.
Have Cam
For the,
give it
uh,
all out. And then you just like kind of fucking bobbing and weaving on the outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we can get a few people to buy.
you heard it here first, Cam. They called you out.
We might be able to
Cam,
buy
you're
you
a
another
bitch.
knee.
I don't even know who Cam is, but
Whoa.
Whoa,
I'll fight Cam for the stream.
Hey.
I'll fight Cam on the stream. If I
You're gonna come out of retirement?
I'll come out. I'll come out. I'll risk it for the stream.
Just look, listen. All you gotta do is just tell a bunch of jokes while he's hitting you, and maybe he'll laugh.
Mm-hmm. That's
There's
what
your
I'm
catch him.
opportunity.
Bro, just start talking about his ass and his thighs, dude.
yeah.
Dude, I will do anything to gain exposure. I'll fight anybody. I'll take it. I'll take anyone.
Well, how much exposure are you trying to get? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I got.
Why don't you fight a dick right in your mouth?
Hey,
Fucking.
I always go back to dicks with you, man.
I'm just saying it. That's a lot of exposure.
that is. I would be pretty exposed.
Why don't you just put sets of yours over pictures of feet on Feet Finder? Bro, that's a lot of exposure. Just do the audio over some pictures of feet.
That's not the worst idea. Then I get a bunch of freak fans, and I can talk about whatever.
It's niche though.
Yeah.
They're really for what you're doing.
Yeah. Get a foot in the door.
You just
Get a good foot in the door. Those people. I was cooking that one up for me. I was like, foot.
No, you're not allowed to do that. You shit on me for any pun I use.
Puns. Because it's 8:45 and I'm barely awake and we're in a truck.
That's your fault.
I'm just
for
like
being fucking
yeah.
the scum of earth. 8:45. You should be awake.
Scum of the earth.
Well, now the challenge is out to you to come up with a better foot joke by tomorrow morning.
8:45.
8:45 in the morning. Yeah,
Gotta
okay.
have it, dog.
Yeah,
I think I got a foothold on this whole comedy thing, bud. All right. Okay.
All right, dude.
All right,
Is there
folks.
anything you guys want to plug before we get out of here?
Private library. Check it out. If you didn't hate me, go look at that. Probably did though.
Even if you do hate him, go check it out.
Yeah,
And
he's probably got more stupid
you
stuff.
find a way to ruin my life on there probably.
Yeah. I've got podcast in the Neutral Corner that covers the local MMA crap, so that's cool. I'm excited.
So I have a suggestion because you have yours and you have yours. Y'all should do one together as well.
Well, we
got something in the works.
We have
Okay.
something in the works for sure. It's more of like a formulaic thing, but then also like I regularly visit the Loud Library.
Yeah.
I've got 2 places where I'm the
Hold
most
on.
reoccurring
It's
guest.
private library.
So private library is what it's posted on, and so the private library podcast is where I like break down books and shit, and then Loud Library is like my secondary, just like talking shit, whatever, like kind of like this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And I post that all on the same stuff, but it's just kind of separated into like
Gotcha.
like this is the books and this is like the comedy, kind of. But I don't even call it comedy because I feel like
Sometimes
it's not funny. Sometimes I'm just talking about myself and it's just like being, introspective, talking about the day and shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Look up private library, you'll find it all.
Yeah.
Look up in the Neutral Corner.
You'll find that all.
Check out Some People Suck.
All right. Thank you, dude.
Hey, check out Some People Suck podcast if you haven't already done that.
Yeah. Also take your own advice. Dude, we honestly can't thank you guys enough for coming on. I mean, you're setting records every time you're on here now.
That's what I do.
Obviously got to have you back on, like maybe without like the dead weight.
Yeah,
And just,
preferably.
like, we could just-
Thanks, man. Preferably. I was wondering when you.
Hey,
were
man,
gonna,
he's
He's right here though, dude. He's right here.
Yeah, hey,
man.
fucking
Jesus
somebody help him.
Guys.
Go ahead. But we're gonna shout out some sponsors before we get out of here. If you are in need of fucking cover-ups, like indie beginning, you have any shitty tattoos that I can't just obviously see?
Oh,
Woo!
actually, tons of them.
Yeah. So you want to get them covered up?
I want to get
or-
a full body cover up. I need to know a place to go.
Oh wow. Well, hey, we got you,
Guess
dude.
what?
Sacred Grounds Tattoos, and more specifically, Johnny Mumbles there.
Dude. I grabbed one of his cards when I was like 13, followed him on Instagram, loved that guy. Never knew, like, I saw him on your podcast, but I forgot to mention that. Yeah, like, I found his business card. So I've been a fan of you, Johnny, for a long time. He does great work.
Yeah.
Like, dead ass, I found his business card when I was 13, followed him on Instagram. Known about him for a minute. Fantastic tattoo artist. Keep going.
Dude, even better person.
Really?
Like, he has like an unbelievable story. He was homeless. I think he was on meth, may or may not have been.
Put that in the ad.
Yeah,
Hey, this is in the ad.
It's a
dude.
great time.
We're
to
in
do
the
it.
thick of the ad.
It's a great
Go
time
get
to
tattooed by this
it's a
guy that
great
used to
time
be homeless and on meth.
Stumble your way through his life story.
Everyone
It's
likes-
advertisement.
everyone likes to come
Way
up
to
story.
mumble your way through
Hey,
his life story.
if you want to learn more about him, we did just have him on at like episode 189, I think, or 190. But check his shit out. He tells his like life story on that episode, but he has really great work. If you want to check out the website, they constantly have people coming in doing guest spots for like weeks at a time. Sometimes they stay for months.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Boxcar Ryan's been there for like, I don't know, 8 months now or something.
Their social media shit too is hilarious. by
Yeah,
the way.
like Sean
they're
sees
so
on
fucking
there, and
funny.
he does like a day in the life. Sometimes he
Yeah.
raps. Sometimes
They just did a blindfolded tattoo challenge. Did you see that?
I didn't.
Oh my god, dude!
They do so
like,
much
put,
stuff.
like-
It's like they're a
it's
content house.
fucking
almost.
hilarious. It's so funny.
Yeah, but if you're not going to get a tattoo by them at all, follow their shit, dude. They're funny as fuck.
Yeah.
You know,
Hell yeah.
share it with a friend, or just get your first little yacht. You know,
Go get yatted, dog.
get your girlfriend or your boyfriend's name on your neck. You know,
That's always smart.
don't be a bitch. Don't be a puss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make that the
Self-
first one.
get a
dude.
full
Yeah,
get a
dude.
full portrait,
puss.
full face portrait of your girlfriend.
Hey, they also pierce
On your
things, so
chest.
if you're trying to get your dick attached to your nipple or something, they fucking got you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just fucking wicked piss.
Sign me
You
up
know
for
what I'm
2
saying?
Prince Alberts, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wicked.
if you lose your keys a lot, maybe you can just get them attached to your balls.
I'm saying, bro.
You know?
Seems kind of like a,
I think I like that idea.
You know, like I'm just thinking, like, where could you get pierced that would be closest to the keyhole?
Wrist.
That's not most often. Like I've never
pierce
seen
that
a
wrist, dog.
You just get it fucking pierced right here.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
Like the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it's
blade.
right there on your belly button, bro. Just have
Hey,
your,
that's
your
not bad.
belly button
your
pierced.
keys on there.
yeah,
Just
that
clip
is actually
ring.
not bad. That's a lot closer than the
big,
neck.
big
Yeah,
thick
for
ring,
sure.
and then just put a carabiner on there. Just have it hanging.
That's
Awkward
a
swivel.
thick gauge.
Put a
dude.
Awkward
swivel so you
jangly.
can turn it too.
Yeah.
He just has a carabiner and people.
Well, and then then you have the janitor key.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
like a
then
lighter
swing.
leash.
You
kinda
just can't
thing.
let it go.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
might smack shit out of you. It hurt.
Much better than the dick. If you want to check them out, dude, they do amazing work. I'm currently getting my sleeve reworked a little bit, and getting it filled in, contacted with my chest. If you are in, I don't know, Pensacola, Florida, you want to start learning how to whip some ass. Like this boxing shit is fucking washed. You want to learn some
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu?
Get on the ground with some dudes.
Yeah, if you like, I don't know, trip and fall a lot, and you just find yourself fighting people there,
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu is
hang
probably
out
where
to
you
see
should
best
be.
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're clumsy.
Jiu-jitsu's for you.
But then also very technical in your clumsiness. Bro, Kazushi Club Pensacola is your vibe. If you also find yourself loving the smell of pizza while you're fighting guys, Kazushi Club is like, couldn't have been a better place. Domino's Pizza is right next to, and this ain't a Domino's ads. I know what you're thinking. Okay, it's just right next door, and it's an amazing aroma. It's better than the sweaty guys on
That's why I
top
would
of
keep
you.
the door open at
But
Kazushi
then,
Club.
but hey, at Kazushi Club, they teach you to sweep them. You know? Little guy jits. You get a big motherfucker on you. Like, rolling with this motherfucker. He's a big guy. How tall are you?
6'2".
Yeah. Heavy 6'2", dude. You know, heavy on that 6. You know what I'm saying? A thick 6. A light 2, you know?
I definitely have a.
Hold on.
You're giving me a little bit of credit there, Phil.
Oh,
Hey, dude, I definitely have a thick 6.
it's like
Yeah,
Coke
no.
cans.
But it's a
You know what I mean?
motherfucker sweeping this dude. Like, he's got sweet feet because he moves around on the boxing thing. Mm-hmm. But on the fucking jiu-jitsu tip, he's also got some moves.
Tip.
But, you know, Kazushi Club got me right. I slap him like...
What's up, dude?
fucking
Low guy
goddamn-
jits. Check them out, man. Derek
Yeah.
Overby and Casey Overby. Couple of killers out
They also
there
have
doing the
Dakota
damn thing.
there doing, like, wrestling/judo work. So, that's a big motherfucker. If you've never been taken down, well, now's your...
I'll take you
chance.
down.
Yeah, I was actually
Yes.
walking outside of that place getting some Domino's pizza one time. This is a true story too, and I was about to get mugged, and then 3 dudes run out of the club, beat the shit out of the guy. Never even asked for my name, nothing. Walked back in, saved my life.
Yeah.
It's a good
That's the
club.
dudes, man.
They're good people.
Yeah.
It's a
And now we're doing
That's
a
a true
podcast with
story.
you.
That's
Yeah.
a true story.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
Good
crazy things
Local
happen around
superheroes.
Domino's.
That's a true
Kazushi
story.
Club, man.
Yeah,
One more time?
it's a true story.
Okay.
Just make sure you say it right into the mic if you can. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That happened.
I don't know if it made it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you guys are over in the Foley area,
Fake news.
and are looking to get into some jiu-jitsu also, Panacea Martial Arts, man. They just moved into a new gym, less than a year ago? About a
Yes.
year ago. Huge gym, classes all the time for any level. They have a bunch of kids classes over there too, so if you got a couple little kiddos running around wanting to get into some of the jiu-jitsu stuff, they do kids classes over there as well. Rich Chmielewski, you know, it's one of those.
Owner of a lifestyle experiment.
A lifestyle experiment. Does the Wednesday night classes? Which ones are they?
They are the beginner no-gi and advanced no-gi. So, like, I think they start at 5:30.
Yeah.
And then they wrap around 8, but they roll, so you got time
Yeah.
to, like, just get back home and whatnot.
But yeah, he owns a lifestyle experiment, which is
a jiu-jitsu basically lifestyle brand.
Yeah.
So they have t-shirts, rash guards, no-gi shorts. They're coming out with gis. They have belts, just overall. And I'm pretty sure they're dropping tank tops this summer. And their shorts are versatile. You can go to the beach and just look swagged out.
Yeah, they're gangster. So he'll have some of his shit there too if you're looking at some of that. Or look online at alefl.com.
Yeah.
You can check all their stuff out on there too. I know they're restocking stuff or working on getting restocked. So new stuff coming out all the time. But yeah, definitely check them out too.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And at Panacea, at that gym, right now they're running a 2-week free trial. So typically gyms run about a 1-week free trial. Right. And then in August, they're having Mason Fowler doing a seminar, a no-gi seminar there, which is going to be amazing. If you are not aware of who that is, typically in jiu-jitsu, you're aware of who Craig Jones is. He beat Craig Jones twice, Submission Underground, which is Chael Sonnen's jiu-jitsu tournament. He beat him twice there for the title. So legit shit, dude. He is ADCC medalist. But you can get legit technique, amazing environment, and fucking overall good vibes.
Hell yeah, dog.
But we're going to get out of here. We can't thank you guys enough for coming on, teaching us funny
Thank
things.
you for having me on.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm more grateful than him, just letting you guys know.
Oh, it's
Just
shows.
for the
know.
record.
Yeah,
Just posture alone, we know you are more grateful.
we can tell you give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking. You look like somebody cut the strings on your fucking doll.
Oh, see, I was going
With the
darker.
cargo
I was gonna say,
joggers
you look
and
you
wife
look like you
beater.
belong in Oregon.
Yeah. All right. Well, good
You
shit,
look
y'all.
like an Oregon donor, dude. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're getting the fuck up out of here.
Peace
We
out,
love you.
guys.
Yee 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 yee.